Every time they bust through them walls, I just die laughing. Every time.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wow, we're back. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. God. So between the first time, and look, here's Ash with the Uber Eats.
Hi.
First of all, what you got? I got to stop everything to find out what you got. Looks like hash brown.
Hash brown?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, hash browns. Yes. So I got Hungry Jack's, what you Americans call Burger King. Yeah.
No? Okay.
So I woke up hungry, man. I'll get some Uber Eats for breakfast.
Hey.
There.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
I mean, you're listening. Hash browns can't go wrong.
Hash browns. I got the hot cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Which are just pancakes, but I guess
reheated, yeah.
Or if you're Canadian, flapjacks.
Yeah.
Well, I know, like at McDonald's, they also call them hot cakes because for some reason they can't call them pancakes.
Mm.
Does someone have like fucking copyright on pancakes?
Is it IHOP? Does IHOP
have a trademark on pancakes?
And this is when people find out that IHOP stands for International House of Pancakes.
How many of them do you think didn't know that before you said it?
I think a lot, because that used to be their name like ages ago, and they've just been known as IHOP for like 20 plus years.
I know.
Welcome to today's Weird History Food with Zio Agito, not affiliated with the other Weird History Food channel. But yes, 2 weeks off. Of course, the first week was because I was busy editing a video, and then the second week was because a hurricane was coming. Yeah, well, the hurricane came, and luckily there wasn't any major damage or anything like that, at least in my area, even though originally my town was in the projected pathway of the eye of the storm. But luckily we didn't get it too bad where I was at. We just had some flooding in some river areas. And then I did have some branches that came down. So I pretty much spent my Friday evening being Paul Bunyan and chopping up some trees and just putting them off to the side and taking care of all of that. And then this week, obviously people would know I haven't gotten out anything because I've had probably the most hectic work week I've had in some years.
In a very long time.
With literally a last minute issue springing up right before the stream even started. So boy, am I stressed out because I haven't been home the majority of the week because I've been down working. So yeah, that's part of the reason why. But most of the script for Gavv is actually done. I was working on it before the stream as well and thought of a bit for like who's that Gochizo for this week. And I was like, oh, this is going to be funny. This might go on a little too long though, but I'm going to put in the work to make sure this edit works. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I can get it out tomorrow because obviously I don't want to end up doubling up on that. I already got that going on with Boonboomger. But yeah, for Gavv, I know that the speculation is probably going to end up aging like milk because probably by the time that I get the video out, if I get it out in time, the next episode will be out like raw at least. So there's that. But yeah, that's all the happenings that we had going on there. But outside of that, another thing that I'm sad that I got to miss this week, because usually I do this every year, is Monday was actually, well, actually not Monday. Yeah, Monday was my channelversary, where yeah, my channel would have become 3 years old, I think, since I technically posted up my first video on here. So usually I end up doing a live stream and doing something on there, but I didn't get a chance to. So this is technically the honorary anniversary. But then also, Claudia, it was your birthday on Tuesday.
It was also your son's birthday on Tuesday.
That's true, and I barely got to enjoy it because I had to take my ass to work. So
I'm so sorry. So sorry. But yeah, it was my birthday on Tuesday. I am now older. By how much? I don't know. I don't care.
are you wiser?
Uh,
Or did the brain cell loss that you had from your festivities possibly make you dumb?
well, the brain loss from the festivities, that was that was fun. That was a night. But what I do want to say is definitely not wiser, as I've been checking my bank statements, and oh my god, Jesus Christ, my spending. Oh my god.
Was it like drinking money that was spent? Like, did you get the good shit?
This is toy money we're talking about.
Oh, you spent toy money.
Oh, I spent toy money. I spent
Now, was it like in a drunken state that you just bought stuff, or
it was
you...
more you know, like that, like pre-drunk, you're kind of in control of your thoughts and whatnot, but your inhibitions are kind of gone. And then I was just like, yo, it's my birthday, fuck, I want to do something good for myself. Shit, I want to feel nice. Here's my credit card.
Great. So what'd you buy?
A lot. We'll get to that later. I'll show you.
Just tell me two things that you got.
So I reordered. I got this from some random guy who was selling some CSMs. I got the Saiga one, the driver and whatnot, and I got the original, the Kabuto one that came out that I never got to pick up. Finally got that, and then I also got the Orga one.
Oh, okay. So you just placed a pre-order down for the Orga, or is it the original one that released?
No.
Like way
this
back
is
when?
the original a while ago. I missed the pre-orders for the Orga.
I gotcha. Well, that is definitely money spent.
Oh yeah, that's definitely every single thing I bought for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. I mean, I also spent money. If Mark were here, he would notice the new addition to the wrist rack here.
Oh. Yeah, the little blade.
Yep, because I did get the Blade CSM that came with the rouser and the little projector thingy. So yes, money was indeed spent as well. He was out here spending that money. And then as of today, I finished paying off my Oja Caliber Zero Memorial Edition. So that's now done.
Ah, so when you getting that fancy sword?
That doesn't release until January.
Jesus Christ, that's quite a while.
But at least I know it's done and paid for.
I thought it was November.
Nah, the Oja Caliber Zero Memorial Edition is apparently January. At least that's what I saw on the TokuCollectible website.
Damn. Fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like January, and then the Chinese release comes out like
a jump to the sky turns to a rider kick.
And Chris Green just subscribed.
Oh, welcome in. Nice.
And yeah. And then if there's a Japanese reissue as well, like a second wave of it that comes out like February, March, something like that. So yes, money, all that money, just gone money. Goodbye.
Oh, right. One last thing. Speaking of money, I did get a new job, or about to get a new job, higher paying, more growth for myself, which is what I'm into. So that's very much it. I basically hit the ceiling of where I'm currently at.
Well, I got a pay raise at work, but that'll kick in next paycheck.
Let's go.
So expendable income. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. So I guess I know how you were doing, Cloudy. And Ash, how are you doing this fine morning?
Me, I'm good. I'm doing good. I've been keeping up with Kamen Rider Gavv. I've fallen very behind on Boonboomger. I'm like 5 episodes behind, but Apparently, it's popping off according to this stream. It's popping off.
Yes. So I guess we can just start with Boonboomger now, because obviously, like we've been out for 2 weeks. I haven't covered the last 2 episodes. But I will say that Boonboomger, all it took is Boonboomger to be paired up with good show for it to get good again. Because boy, like it's been good. Like we've been eating good during superhero time.
Like the last episode I saw, was like the dog barking in the trash. I think I stopped watching that. I don't know how far behind.
Oh, the Mad Rex return, or
the Mad Rex return. I think that's what I was getting up to, hinting of him returning. I think that's what I was up to.
Yeah, so they definitely do a lot more with that, and I'm glad that they decided to go that direction where they're actually fleshing out the Hashidian trio and their backstory with Mad Rex. So we get some good portions with that just makes them even more of a more like yes, definitely all for their team. I hope they don't get like off at the end. I want them to have some sort of walking into the sunset moment for
one
them.
final blast off into the sunset.
Yep. Go out,
the
Robert
heroes
Jesse
in the
James.
team up movie, and then they're the heroes in like the next like end of the year movie.
Correct. Have something like that going on.
I think it's why I love them so much is because they're like they're the modern day trio from Die Ranger. They're the vibes I get from them.
They're a really fun bunch, and actually throwing in the dynamic that they have in there with Mad Rex, which was something that they didn't really have too much with when we first had Mad Rex, but they flesh it out in a whole different way by giving us their backstory. That I'm just like, this is what I needed in my life. Like we actually do see their origin story, and I was all for it.
Was Mad Rex coming back? Was Mad Rex coming back worth it? Because I know that we were dreading. Were we dreading him coming back?
Well, the way that they handled it
was better than expected.
Yes,
that's good.
Because originally he had amnesia when he came.
Well, because he was originally just a husk. That's the thing. But Taya unlocks the memories in him. But, Death Race catches wise to that, so he brainwashes him again. But then Taya does it again. Or rather, it's not really Taya. Like, his memories just get re-triggered when he sees Bunjrio. So then he plays the fool. So now he's playing the, you think I'm with you, Death Race, but I'm really still just minding my own business, playing the long game type of deal. So it's good. It's good. We are definitely good.
I feel like the show kind of was using Cannonboard as like, I guess, filler or until we got to this point, probably.
Apparently he's back too, from what I heard.
Well, no, I mean, the only thing that we've seen, he pops up in like a flashback, but that's about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, no, I do think that they were kind of floundering around with Lab 2. Because it seemed very directionless, just like the show that it was paired up at the time. Because there wasn't really a lot going on in Lab 2. And even the introduction of 119 kind of felt like, unnecessary for when it came out. And even now, they're about to end up superseding it with champion form because, those jackets that we saw is indeed the champion form for the Boonboomgers. So I don't know if you've seen all of their.
I've seen the jackets. The jackets are cool. Yeah,
they are cool, but I'm just like, it's kind of weird that it's like the power up.
Are they like $500 on collectible school?
Not yet.
It might be. So let me get this up here.
In 20 years, I'm going to have to explain to my grandkids that jackets are Battleizers and Power Rangers.
So here we go. We got them jackets.
Is that the Fast and Furious font for Champion Bun Orange and Champion Bun Black?
It is. It is actually.
Oh my God, you're right.
That is hilarious. But yes, that is the font.
I was hoping that they would all have like a different style to their jackets when they got them, though.
Nah, they're just colors. That's it. That is it. But apparently, so all of the the symbols that they have on their jackets, they just press on them, and that's how they unlock the powers of that that vehicle for them to use.
Oh, I was thinking more it was gonna be like a sponsorship kind of thing. I guess all right, that works.
No,
Sponsored
so
hate him.
which would be just awkward if you get the jacket and there is electronics in there, because you will never be able to wash that jacket.
That's true.
That jacket's gonna get musty.
I'm not gonna lie though. I like this. We're finally getting a team power up. It's been
Yes, we're getting a
while.
team power up, but it's not the team power up I was hoping for.
Listen, the last team power up wasn't the team power up I was hoping for, but I like these jackets over what they did with Kira Major. I'm not gonna.
I mean, yeah, but when we get 119 and we see how streamlined that suit is, and then here's like, here you go, you get a jacket.
I don't feel like they could have done the well. I'm not gonna lie. If they all got the 119 treatment, it would have looked good. It would have looked good on.
Yeah, because that's a more streamlined suit. They have the pleather aspect material to their suits. They actually have the color coordination going right. They don't have the gray on whatever the fuck their primary color is that we got going on with the base suits, which once again doesn't really get addressed with the jackets, because once again the jackets are just doing the same thing. It's more of the same.
Yeah,
but this also kind of spoils that Gemba's coming back to the team pretty soon, I guess. There goes that prediction of him getting replaced with someone else. I was really hoping that he would just stay out of the team, and then we get a replacement Boonboomger. But nope, it's Gemba's just here, unless this is all just a cop out. But nope, I don't think so.
We're also no sixth power up yet, and no hints of a seventh yet. So that's odd.
You really think Violet's gonna get a power up? Because I don't think so.
I think it'll be.
I'm not gonna lie. You throw a jacket on Violet, I don't think it'll look good. I'm like, because Violet is like one solid color. Like
and he's a Formula One racer, so he's meant to have that whole get up going on.
They should make it so he opens up his jacket and he's got like a tank top underneath. Like a Sentai themed tank
top. Like
it's
just his muscles and tank top under the jacket.
Yeah. Like literally he just opens up and then it's just like, bam, it's my power up. Got it.
I'd like it. It'd be nice to see. Interesting.
And then the portion of the wheel, because I always found it weird that his wheel has like the matte finish at the top and then it has the gloss finish like on the bottom. Mm-hmm. Open up that portion and then just give him like, Yoon V eyes or something.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think personally, looks wise, this does help all the suits. I feel like if like the suits came out looking like this I wouldn't be as mad about the wheel heads as I was before.
I mean, if this was base, I would think that this would be like pretty base. Because
it would be pretty sick.
Because then the pants would literally just look like pants in comparison to like them rocking the jackets. Like stylistically, it looks good, but for a power up, that's where I get like kind of about it.
Like I feel like if this was like base form, pretty hot.
So, what do you think the price tag is going to be?
Yeah, like $500.
Will it have electronics in it, or will it just be literally?
I hope not. I hope it's just like press-ons, like just press-ons. So I could actually watch it, or at least dry clean it. Because otherwise, that you're never gonna get like your value off on that shirt unless you put it.
Will you buy them all?
No, God no, hell no.
I mean, I would buy reds.
I'm not gonna lie. I am very interested in getting blacks or oranges. Oranges, I actually really enjoy because the blue with the orange actually works a lot for me. Like at least it looks very appealing.
Yeah, the color coordination between blue and orange definitely. I mean, they are complementary colors. That's why we saw so many video game box arts back in like the mid 2000s be orange and blue.
Yep, that's why Gotchard is orange and blue as well.
Ah, yes. Thank you for reminding me that now Boon Orange is the Gotchard of the bunch.
He's not. He's actually a character.
In terms of color coordination, he's now the Gotchard of the bunch.
I just heard Gotchard, and I just magically appeared.
Ah, yes. Boon Orange having the Gotchard color scheme. Well, technically, it's more Daybreak
Yeah.
color scheme. So
Has that movie appeared online yet?
no,
Dang.
it's not.
Okay.
And when it does, you know it's gonna take forever to get subbed.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like Outsiders takes like a month to get subbed.
Which is ending soon.
Yeah, massive doubt.
No, they didn't they literally say like episode 8 is the last episode?
Yeah, but you know what happens? Usually they will say it's ending, and then it'll be like to be continued in The Insiders.
Oh, okay. The Insiders, okay.
Watch it get segued into something else, and I'm gonna be so mad.
I still feel like I should do a stream on Twitch where I try and marathon the whole thing and try and understand what's going on with my like limited writer watching abilities.
The massive brain rot.
Yeah.
Ash, you gonna buy these jackets?
No, I will not. Because it'll probably be expensive. I mean, I'm looking at Toku Collectibles, and they've got that like that 1-for-1 scale, Sword of Darkness replica.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
That's like,
and then I saw the price, and I was like,
yeah,
no.
1,000 Australian dollars I saw, or probably US. I don't know, but
it's 680 American dollars.
Okay, so it's 1,000 Australian dollars. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not touching that, not at all. The stand looks kind of cool, but nope.
It's got LEDs, but no.
I mean, you know that they're likely going to release like the kid-size version of this, and then they'll come out with the.
No, I don't think. I don't know if they will, because this is like one of those like different studios that's like licensed off. Like,
oh no, I'm talking about these jackets.
Oh, the jackets. Okay, possibly. Like, I go on Buy E because I look for Boonboomger because I need to get the rest of the cars, and I keep seeing they've got Boonboomger pillows, they've got Boonboomger party hats and stuff like that for like your birthday party.
Like, I just imagine them doing like a memorial edition of the jacket, or putting it under like complete style aesthetic or something. They create a whole new line for just clothing.
I mean, they did sell the banjo jacket from. I wasn't around during build, but I've heard the stories of the banjo jacket.
Oh, yeah, I was not around on the internet during build, so I did not see whatever that fiasco was. But hey, look, at least we get a team power up.
Yeah,
730 with tax. Jesus Christ!
What are you looking at? I like how
I'm not looking at anything. I refuse to tell you.
How'd you? He goes unmuted just to tell us a price, and then you can't just leave me like that. Bitch.
Yeah. Don't be it.
Sucks. So yeah, Boonboomger is still out there good. I don't want to spoil too much for Ash because obviously he's got to catch up, but it is definitely worth the investment. Yeah. Now you can binge it and actually enjoy the ride versus kind of the slog that we had before.
Yeah, not gonna lie, like every show like right now that's being released, all good. Arc is good.
Yep.
Obviously, Gavv is still pretty cooking, and you know, Geets is. I'm not Geets. Christ, not Geets. Oh God, not Geets.
Don't badmouth anything, Cloudy. Your hand.
They did it yesterday, and I did cut my hand today. And you know what the worst thing is? That's not a joke. I actually cut my hand today. It pisses me off that it's true. It happens every time someone insults Takahashi. I swear. I'm gonna start banning people that insult Takahashi. I'm not gonna lie.
It's how it is. Well, you know, sucks. So now, look, we've been now with this new writer show, Gavv, for over a month now. The honeymoon phase should be over. The hype should die down. You think we're dick riding this show too much, or is it just that good?
I think it's just that good. Yeah.
It's just.
I mean, I feel like obviously part of it is like we have survived the mid that was Gotchard to this, so it's like a full season of mid to now something that's actually good. Obviously, that heightens your experience at least a little bit. But even on rewatches, I'm enjoying the hell out of this show.
That's the thing. It's like, and when I type up my recap portions, I'm like watching the episodes in like a snail's pace, like, and I'm literally just clicking through, playing things slow, rewinding back, and even then, I'm still just like, I pick up on new things every time I do that, and I'm just like, oh, the show is just, oh, you're doing so much. You're out here like putting in little tidbits of information here, and you're paying off like key portions that we have questions to, like the previous week, you're answering them, but then you're sprinkling in some extra in there for us to just keep the discussions going, which makes me completely thankful that this show is a weekly show and not something that's just dumped on like Amazon or Netflix, because it would be terrible just trying to deal with all that. But at the same time, it's like this lets us enjoy it, speculate, have these water cooler conversations of actually just discussing the show and enjoying the conversation of it all. But
Zio, I don't want to this early talk about this because we obviously have to get through the summary of Gavv and all that stuff. But you want to discuss like the potential of why Gavv might change after the first half.
Yeah, so this was something that I was going to bring up last week, but obviously we didn't have a show last week. So obviously the biggest thing is that we know that Toei is a very reactionary company. And the thing is, it's like we have the luck of knowing that at least half of the show is already like done. But the thing is, not this episode, but the episode before this one, with the whole scene of Shoma's mom getting glassified and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Japanese audiences didn't like it. It was too scary.
Pussies.
And it's like I joked in my God chart video that the kids nowadays aren't built the same like the kids from 20 years ago. Like, they just can't handle some of the themes and subject matter and things like that. And I'm just like, if we notice a tonal shift come at the halfway point of the show, you're going to know why. You know exactly why. It's because Toei decided to be the reactionary fuckers that they tend to be in some instances, and actually in a lot of instances, and decided to tonally shift the show.
Right.
So yeah, that's the one thing I want you all to just keep that in mind, just going forward. I'll mention it again when I actually do my video for the latest episode. But yeah, this is one of my biggest, like, in the back of my head, I'm concerned for what could happen to this show, because right now it is pretty flawless. It has some quality dips when it comes to like the CG because of they're using that shoddy King Oger green screener reaction for the Shoma's like flashbacks when he's a kid, and I'm just like, ooh, those don't look so good. But otherwise, it's still like good. But yeah, that my concern is that we'll hit the halfway point and then something will happen. Maybe Shoma gets turned into a kid again. Something weird happens. They're like, no, let's just recast.
His mom's alive the whole time.
Oh no, please don't ruin my heart.
The mom shows up through time travel shenanigans after they have the crossover with Godchard
and Legend
out the Time Lord card, and he's like, don't worry, I got you, bro. And then he saves his mom from death,
it's Legend that they have the crossover with, because he's the real writer.
And so when we start back up with Gavv after the winter film, and we're like, where did Shoma's mom come from? You should have watched the movie. I'm
just gonna say this ahead of time, just to preface this. I really like this show, and I think it's doing things. This is the best Reiwa show opening, so like beginning we've had so far.
Yes,
if it continues this pace, it's just leagues above every other show. It's heads and shoulders over Geats and everything else so far.
Yeah, because Geats had a very strong opening, but this is a flawless opening. This is like these episodes.
Like this is all perfect points here.
Yep.
Like I could retroactively give episode 1 an S tier. I'm not gonna lie for how good it's been. But the problem is, I don't want to put this show on that level where I'm expecting perfection every episode. You know what I mean?
No.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like obviously it's a show. Most shows can't keep quality through every episode. There's some episodes that are going to be like a little bit of a snag. Maybe there won't be so much development. You know what I'm saying? But it's mostly just how it picks back up. So as long as the ride overall is good and enjoyable, even if it has some like weaker episodes, I'm not gonna diss it. You know what I mean? Though granted, with how good it's been treating us, it's kind of hard to not have higher expectations for like the quality of the show.
Well, that's the thing, is like, as long as the quality stays consistent and things like that, I guess if there was a dip, it would become very noticeable to us, because when you have consistency for 5 weeks straight, and then potentially if it stays the way that it has up to like the episode 25 mark, and then it hits like a brick wall, like that saber wall that happens after Solomon's gone, that kind of shit. Like
the good old episode 37 wall.
Yeah, if it hits something like that, and then folks are like, well, hold on, what's going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you showing that? What's going on? Like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Then, yeah.
The other thing about the show that I find interesting is that not only like the entertainment factor, obviously, but it's like the gimmick isn't too forced or annoying. Alternatively, and every time we get like a trailer for the next episode, even if it doesn't look like there's something that's going to be good in it, because I wasn't the trailers for the 3 and 4, nothing. I had no,
they're pretty standard trailers. Like, okay, cool,
cool. Right. Got the episodes. Holy shit! What is all this? It does a good job of like keeping up the focus. Like it's kind of hard to describe. It's like even when I'm not expecting something from the show, it still delivers, which is odd. You know what I mean?
That's why it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's just like, wow, you came out the gate strong, and I'm just like, okay, I'm expecting the decline to hit. Oh, you're still hitting. Oh shit, well, I'm expecting the decline now. Still, Jesus. All right.
What? But 3 more rounds? Holy shit!
God.
Gotta take a break at some point, right?
Yep. The marathon just keeps going. It's just like, wow, you just cook it up. And can I just say, at least throwing some more Gotchard shit out here, we saw the daddy in the latest episode.
Oh yeah, we did.
Even though it's just Rango with a beard and mustache with the whole like Santa going on, it's better than a glare on a photo.
It was also kind of what I expected. Like, this was, not gonna lie, this is what I was thinking would be what happened. I don't know if you want to do the summary first, but go.
Well, the thing is, it's like, since we didn't really cover the previous week and this one, I think it might be a little bit of a handful just trying to cover 2 weeks worth in terms of like the episode summaries.
So you want to just like pick out the key points and stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Where do you want to start with? You want to start with 3 and 4, and then we move on to 5, or?
Oh wait, we did.
Did we do 3?
We skipped 2 weeks, so I don't think we did 3.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Which means we didn't cover Grandma and Grandpa.
Now look, I mean,
like Grandpa and Grandma was episode 4. I think episode 3 was the potato chip slashing.
Oh yeah. You're right. Episode 3 was potato chip.
Episode 3 was the guy that forced
robbed people. Robbed people. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that was Soda. Yeah, Soda.
Yeah, which I mean, the great thing about it is technically these are very episodic episodes, but they're not, because we do have like a monster of the week, and it's not following the monster of the tweak format that Kamen Rider has been kind of pulling since Heisei 2. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like they're episodic episodes. Like, there is a proper overarching narrative that does seamlessly flow from episode to episode, which is what makes these so much more palatable than your typical monster of the week flavor, especially to the fact that we had now 2 episodes in which the monster of the week wasn't really a monster of the week. It was the agents. We got agents for 2 episodes.
And it still was hidden.
Yes.
Also, here's the other thing. I feel like the reason it's working so well, or why it doesn't feel as episodic, even though these episodes are quote unquote episodic, is that we're getting development with like Shoma. Like there is constant progression in his state of mind each individual episode. Like he goes one episode from like, I like being around these people, but I got to leave because I got to protect them. And then is, learning, oh, I want to protect these people and I can't make them happy because my family's going to go after them if I do. To accepting, hey, listen, I want to make everyone happy and I'm going to protect every single person I can find. You know what I mean? And even the side characters are also moving along as well. We have, I keep forgetting his name, the writer. It begins with an H. I keep forgetting.
Hanto?
Yeah, Hanto. Like even Hanto, he's going from, they're all monsters to, I know he does, I don't think he thinks Gavv is one of the Granute.
No, he became very accepting very early on because he was.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like it helps that Hanto's character is like a sleuth because he gets to he's looking for the facts first before he starts passing judgment, which is great. Because I hate those characters that are very quick to just say, nope, that's a bad guy. Yeah, that's a good guy. Like the very gullible trope. No, this is a man that literally goes based off of the facts before he passes judgment. So
and then he's yelling at those civilians that are calling him a monster.
Because he sees it firsthand what Gavv did, what Shoma did in terms of the way that he freed them. And once again, it's like the previous episodes, we had the seed plants of him like getting the information from like Sachika in terms of what other people are like speculating, since he was already fighting a Granute, to the point of him confronting Gavv and just asking him dead on if he's a human or anything like that, when we get Suga showing up out of nowhere. And it's like, yeah, it's Hanto. The way that they've written a lot of these characters, not just Hanto, is just so expertly crafted.
Oh, yeah,
that I'm just like, it's all good. Like there's no faults with the way that they're written right now, and the show is at least covering its bases for any potential future actions that could happen later on. Because I was like, well, this show just literally explained how a potential ass pull could happen in terms of like power-ups and things like that, given Shoma's gimmick and how he produces the Gochizos and things like that. So there's a lot of like breadcrumbs in there. They're literally laying a good foundation for what could happen, and it's good shit.
And so many good like intertwining relationships that like once we start unraveling them, we're gonna start seeing, oh, this person is connected to this person this way, and then it's because you can already start seeing the strings, like even like Sachiko and Hanto. Like that's
it didn't feel natural that they already knew each other. That's the thing.
Exactly. Because that would make sense that she goes on the internet not sleuthing for him, and then every now and again he helps her out doing all the the helping deeds and whatnot.
Yep.
So fantastic so far is all I can say. Oh, and then so what I wanted to get to in episode 5, which I really wanted to talk about, is that I like that it's kind of obvious because you see like Shoma's dad do one thing and then he acts a different way when it comes to it. Like whenever he's around the mom and Shoma, he's acting like a prick. He's a bossy. He's just moving them around, making them depressed because he knows that if they're happy, they're desirable for treats and whatnot.
Yep.
And then when he's not around with them, he's talking to his great
his grand uncle, great uncle. Technically, it's the same thing.
Yeah, his great uncle,
grand uncle is the same exact thing.
His grand uncle or uncle dentist or whatever. He's like, I need you to make my boy strong because I'm not going to be able to protect him forever. So he's got to be able to fight. You got to make the minions work for him, please. I beg you. So it's like you can tell he cares about them enough that he's doing what's best for them, even if it's not what he would like to do. You know what I mean? Which is kind of
and someone mentioned this in like one of our Discord VC chats before, that he like definitely came off like Endeavor from My Hero Academia, and I was like, I can totally see that now.
Oh yeah.
But
it'll be nice to see more of what he was like.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like I'm hoping that we do end up getting more on the father in terms of what his reasonings were and all that stuff, and especially like the proper backstory of how he hooked up with his mom. Because like if he was as bad as he was to begin with, then how he laid that pipe. I'm just saying.
The true questions.
Yes.
Yo, Zio, where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, I'm just saying it's like he had to make her happy some way, and then was just like, oh, this was a mistake. The spice was too nice. He played with his food too much. And then he had a kid. So. But he did that after he already had all the other kids, which makes me wonder, was his original wife or baby mama, like, did she already die?
Possibly.
Did they...
Do you think they all came from the same baby mom? Or do you think they all had different ones? I mean, obviously the twins came from the same one.
I think potentially they all came from the same one, but it could be that he had his line of mistresses. But then we start getting into the aspects of the Stomach family as a whole, because episode 5, God, we just out here eating so good. We find out that they're technically just an underground criminal ring, like they're drug dealers.
Yeah, they're basically drug dealers in their own universe.
They've got a front where they do sell proper, like, baked goods in like little stalls, but right now their audience that's getting the good stuff is all, like, you know, shady figures.
So if we get their moms, do you think or moms or mother, villain or not?
It'd be funny if we actually did get like I would say maybe 3 other moms. Like I could see like Rango and Grota having the same mother, Nira having a different mother, and then the twins having a different mother. Like that kind of aspect to it. And they become like their own trio villainesses for down the line.
Could be.
Trying to claim the inheritance. It's like, no, we want a piece of that. He left us with nothing. Nothing. And you already took care of the kids. So we coming for that inheritance.
Oh, and right, you talked about this in the video, but since obviously we didn't get to talk about episode 3, the revelation of like this show is kind of very Showa-esque. Like this is the most Showa show to come out proper since Black, I guess, technically.
Yes, and that's the thing. It's like because it hits dark tones that even like Heisei 1 had a lot of these vibes as well, but not to this extent, because obviously now we've got a lot more visuals that can go along with it a little better. But yeah, like they're doing a really good job of being very Showa-esque with the theming of the backstory of this, and plus just Shoma being a proper tragic hero, which I am enjoying. I'm all for that. Like he has a right to be sad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I was really hoping he wasn't going to be overly goofy, like because his appearance and attire would make you think that. But ever since we saw him, he's been dealing with his own forms of like depression and sadness, and he's just been filling it with like snacks and treats. So it's like it's interesting to see. And I'm kind of curious.
Stress eating?
Yeah, possibly. I'm also curious if we'll ever see him like truly burst, because we've gotten hints of it, like in episode 4 with the twins when he threatened to get rid of them, like family or not, I'm gonna get rid of you if you keep attacking humans. And he used the marshmallow form. We got a little bit of it in episode 5 when we saw him like get shot mid transformation by the agents, which also really cool transformation scene. It's a really cool fight scene.
So you're saying he's gonna snap and appear like the monster that everyone thinks he could be?
Possibly, but maybe like
that would lead to one of those moments of like him having that self-doubt that he himself could be a hero.
Probably,
because that would also be very great.
Yes, I feel like if he like becomes the monster, like through like anger or whatever that everyone portrays him to be, that will give him at least some form of self-doubt again. And I don't think it would even be like retracing like the previous, like, because we've already gotten technically the whole I guess I am a monster, I got to stay away from people thing in episode 1 and 2. So I don't think it would even be retracing it, because this time he would actually see himself as a monster. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Also, I'm hoping that like maybe the bubblegum form may lead into that like bubble bursting, and then eventually pop. There goes Shoma's sanity.
Oh no!
If we do get a bubblegum form,
then he would get gum all over everyone, including himself.
I know that a lot of
you don't just don't gum on folks.
Hey, listen, have you ever gotten like popped gum in your hair? Wouldn't that set you off?
Yes.
Right.
You don't want any of that. No one wants all that gum around.
Exactly. Think about it, Zio. It's
I
brilliant.
think a lot of gachizos have not leaked online, but I think a lot of pre-orders have gone up for a couple. So we have either some hints of some new forms we might see, or they're just like, fun little gimmicks because food.
Right. I mean, we got the donut leak, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah,
yeah,
we got the donut
leak.
leak, chocolate donut for Val, and we've already got pictures of the form and all that stuff on there.
Yeah.
Which I gotta
Alternatively,
find.
I will say this: Gochizos have been a fantastic gimmick. Every time I see them, they're like very funny, and they don't take away too much of like screen time.
Right. No, absolutely.
I would just say that they're at least very useful gimmicks.
They are essentially slaves. Well, I guess minions.
They're informants, so yeah.
They're just his workers, his worker bees.
Also, don't mind me. I'm just on
no, don't worry.
What is it? Seguria, yeah.
Yeah,
because they do free shipping on the weekend, and they got free shipping until 10th of October.
Ooh. But I feel like we also eventually have to probably discuss like maybe the hierarchy of the minions.
Family.
Because each one can make their own minions. Like the orange ones come from Rango himself. Oh, Nero?
No, yeah, the red ones come from Rango. The orange ones are Nero's.
Right. So there's got to be like some kind of structural hierarchy to how I assume how strong each individual one can be, or something like that. Because so far we've only seen the blue and white ones fight, and they were giving Shoma a hard time. So maybe the other ones will be even stronger because they're a little more mature, a little more old, seasoned.
It could be, but then again, Shoma did run away like the beginning of episode 1 to Rango's agents. So
that's true.
That's why the joke in like episode 2 was just like, well, he managed to get away from your agents.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So there's that. But another thing that we got from our Discord calls is you think any of the siblings are redeemable?
No. You know my stance on this, Zio. They killed his mom in front of him. They are all savage little monsters, and it's not that I just hope that they're not redeemed. I don't think they can be redeemed because I don't think they want to be redeemed.
I don't think that's redeemable. Who do you think's getting killed first?
I know who's gonna get killed the worst is if that's what you.
Growth is definitely gonna get killed the worst. Like he gonna stop that facing. He's gonna press her.
He's like that's gonna be a personal beating. That is like very emotional.
Just get them all just in there. But I think the one that's gonna be like I do feel that Nero is gonna be like the craftiest one in the bunch and might survive the beatdown.
Although I do think that a lot of people want the twins to be redeemable, but guys, come on, those twins.
No.
They were just
they're just trying to prove themselves to the family at this current moment.
Yes,
they're probably going to get killed first, seeing how things are going.
Yep.
Like, there's no way they can redeem him after literally killing his mom in front of him, and they snapped that thing. So there's definitely no way she's alive.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's possible shenanigans. I mean, we'll see if my theory about the agents possibly having human faces underneath those masks based off whatever the fuck the stomach family ate in order to produce their agents. But yeah.
Although I am kind of curious though. It seems like they can just make their agents without having to immediately eat something. Because Shoma, he eats something, they make his minions immediately come out. We saw Jeep and whatever her name is, or their name is, Shita, make their agents just they willed their agents into existence. They didn't eat anything beforehand, so I'm kind of curious how that works.
Look, they were just holding it in, and sometimes they're just yo-yoing back there, and they just gotta spit them out.
They had to let it out.
just come out.
There.
The thing that I'm wondering though is, since we know that the stomach family can do this, and it should be capable of all the other Granoots doing it, how come we haven't? Maybe we'll get that later, of a monster of the week Granoot that makes their own like agents or their own familiars.
Maybe have to be a
Kenzoku,
certain
whatever
like
the fuck.
tier of Granoot, like, because we know that their mouthpieces, their stomach things, they can be like enhanced and experimented on from like Dente. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
maybe Dente experimented on his family's, each of theirs personally, so that they can create minions. You know what I mean?
Or they lose the ability to produce them from the dark treats, or maybe something like that.
Possibly. Would be interesting to figure
Because
out.
maybe that's the reason why. Yeah, I'm just thought of this right now. Like, what if that's the reason why they want the high rollers in Granoot Society to ingest it? Because then they would lose their powers to create familiars.
If that was the case, I'm just kind of curious. Then what would be like the limit? Because we've seen them make like an entire room full of them. So like, if every single Granoot, because there's like an entirely like other society of Granoots, can make minions, like to what degree can they make their minions? Like, are they weak or are they strong depending on their user? Like, I don't know. Because we saw a child Granoot as well. So could that child, in theory, make their own minions?
Maybe once they get to a certain age, but then again, they did say that Shoma could never create some when he was a kid. So that I guess that would imply that they were testing it out since he was a kid.
Right.
Being like, why can't you make these things when we feed you this shitty soup? Well, because you're feeding me shitty soup.
You got to feed them candy, bro.
Yeah.
Feed them some artificial crap. But I don't know. So far, the show has been feeding a lot of our theories pretty well, and I think something else the show's done well is that it's done a good job of answering a lot of questions it's put on the table without giving us too much, and then giving us more questions right after, if you know what I mean. Because a lot of times we ask a question and then we get it kind of the next episode, but it doesn't feel like, we asked
it's
this.
Not the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like not the whole picture. You know what I mean? It gave you like a little nibble, a little taste to like satisfy like your question, and then we still have more questions, or there's questions to build upon what they've revealed. You know what I mean?
Bard, it's not that he wasn't born without a Gavv, because technically, from what we got from Dente, is that he did have a Gavv. It just was useless. Like, it didn't produce.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't make the Kenzoku. So that's why they tried modifying him to make it like produce shit, and it just couldn't. So I mean, that was literally explained in the latest episode, where essentially he experimented on Shoma to try and get him to be able to produce Kenzoku, but he was unable to. So instead, he found his way to Earth to try and study humans, but then got so in love with their junk food that he just decided to stay there and be a fat ass. Literally.
Also, you know Dente's holding on to that power up. You know he's holding on to that mid-season power up. He's got it ready. I feel like that's where we're gonna get it, because it feels a little obvious.
Either from him or from Suga, but then again, I feel Suga has ulterior motives for himself.
Yeah.
Because that's another one. So that's another character that we got introduced to after, like, the last time that we had a TokuTonic was Suga. So that is the scientist that has been studying Granoots. That is developing the gun that Hanto will use to transform into Valen this upcoming episode. But the thing is, it's like in his semi-introduction with Hanto, he kind of alludes that he is trying to become a writer himself, but then he steers the conversation towards Hanto. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's going to become a writer in the future. And I think he's just using Hanto as a guinea pig just to make sure that everything goes smoothly for when he's ready to enter the playing field.
Really? I feel like the opposite. Not the opposite. I feel like because remember when he asked, he's like, I'm actually kind of curious what the dark confectionery tastes like myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, if anything, he might go, Granoot hybrid or something.
Well, the thing is, it's just like, even if he tries doing Granoot hybrid, that technically would still be almost the same thing, because if he tries developing his own Gavv, based off of the information that he learns from the Valen gun, then that essentially would be becoming part Granute.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's a lot of different potential seed plants there, but it's like, yes, it's like typically when you get your scientist types, it leads to a lot of madness to go in there, and the fact that we got 2.
Yeah. Also, I got a question.
Technically 3 because with Dente. So
yeah. I got a question for you, bud. What do you think about so Hanto's? We saw Hanto's buddy get captured at the end of a recent episode, right? His mentor, right? You think he's already dead? Because I feel like they would kill him. I feel like they would.
For character growth, yes, I would.
My main reason, he's not in the opening.
He is not in the opening, no. But the way that he's like getting captured was so goofy. Like it's taken a second for the glass to kick in, because everybody else, like, they've been changed like instantaneous. Maybe when you're aware that you're getting captured, maybe it just doesn't take effect as fast, because that would also probably explain why Shoma's mom was not instantly glassified when she got captured, was because she was aware the deed was getting done, versus the others that they were unaware. So it was instant.
They couldn't resist it at all.
But it would also, technically make this guy not that flavorful. But hey, a human is what a human does. So
yeah. Well, we know it's not about the flavor for this one. This one, I forget. Was it Nero?
Yeah, Nero's the one that his agent is the one that put this guy up to it. Put this hat guy up to it. The one that came from the Diddy party.
Oh my God!
You had all, bro. That you saw. He
was leaking baby oil. I know. He was
drizzling
in baby oil.
Bro got done with that Diddy party.
Yes, he was the drizzler for the whole time.
Yep.
The drizzler and the diddler.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's like I give it a 70-30 chance, 70% chance that he is done. Well, at least glassified. Whether or not he survives the glassification, we'll see. But given how the preview looks like, it looks like Valen's debut is a little monstrous and a little
very emotional. That's why I think, I don't know. Because I like him, actually. I don't want to see him dead, but there's a possibility. You know what I mean?
I mean, a lot of people didn't like the guy because, of course, he has a very dislikable face, and especially if you know the guy from Amazons, then it's just like, yeah, I don't like that guy at all. But I'm just like, no. The way that they're selling me on him for here, he is like a surrogate dad to Hanto, so it kind of works out. Like the way that the show's presenting him to me is a cautious father figure towards Hanto.
Yeah. Ooh, Orb does present an interesting theory there. So he's saying like the people who get eaten, some of them could be used as like disguises for the Granute. What if Shoma comes across a Granute disguised as his mom?
I guess that could explain how the Granutes are able to blend into human society without anyone questioning, like, well, where did you pop up from?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, we just took the face of someone we got glassed, and it's the replacement theory. They're replacing us. We got the scrolls out here. It's another Secret Wars. But yeah, I mean that's actually a good theory. It could be possible. So we could get someone wearing the face of someone else down the line, and that be the triggering moment. Like, imagine if they do bring back Shoma's mom and it's just another Granute. But then they reveal that it's just a Granute, and then he has to like off that Granute, and then it causes him to snap. So yeah, there's honestly a lot of possibilities with the show.
Oh, absolutely. So many things that could lead them to snap. Also, I'm just impressed that they've managed to do this well with each character. Like, none of them feel like annoying, so to speak. None of them feel like when they're on screen, I instantly like recoil in either pain or disgust yet. And if I do, I hope it's like a character intended for me to like just absolutely hate Because so far I'm getting that from Rango. Not like a lot, but I can see it. You know what I mean?
I mean, Rango seems to be all about the Benjamins, so I'm not. I don't feel as much hate towards him, like myself as a viewer. Like I'm not like I'm hating that guy currently. Like he's not at that tier for me yet. Because technically, it's like Grota has kind of reached that level already because of the way that she treated Shoma's mom. Like, I mean, you show that, those are like 10 seconds in the show that I'm already like, fuck you. Like, you gonna get all the hands when he gets like anywhere near you. And then the twins, I'm already feeling like, man, nah, y'all need to get got. It just depends on how long they drag this out. While neither, I guess this next episode we start seeing him play into things, but I do feel that he's going to be like one of those that tries playing multiple sides because he's in it for the experimentation. That's usually the scientist trope is
true
that they're in it for their own self means and not the means of the others. They want to see how far their own experimentation can go in the process.
Yeah, it was like Ryuga from Gaimer, whatever his name is.
So because of that, I'm just like, he could become one of those characters that I'm going to hate but love hating. I just got to see how he starts presenting himself, because right now he's just being, in the background. But technically, since like 2 episodes back, we started seeing those shades of sneakiness starting to play in there. Because he's already playing the game in the background with his agents already getting involved.
Just can't wait to see how it turns out. Also interesting. Blaze Hopper, I don't think there will be any romances in this show. I'm not gonna lie. Not completely denying it, but like I just don't get that feeling, at least not yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe later.
Yeah, because I'm just like right now we're still dealing with the overcoming loss portion of the show, which is we're only 5 episodes deep. Like you got to get past that overcoming loss portion and then move on to like acceptance, and then there's the different stages of grief, and we're technically that's actually how the show's playing out right now, is the 5 stages of grief in real time.
Yeah, well, we did get anger in 4, and then we got more depression, and then acceptance finally.
Yep.
Oh, that reminds me. I just want to say quickly, thank you guys. There's 80 of you guys currently watching the stream.
Because they care about Gavv.
Yeah. Oh, I guess, yeah, you're right.
Because it's not Gotchard.
That is true. But I mean, even before Gotchard, I think we were only like max like in high 70s, right? For a bit.
Yeah, sometimes we would get up to the 80s, but only when when we're looking at like scans or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm saying it's nice the more growth. But yeah, overall, what do you guys think? Do you think Gavv can do it? Do you think we can keep up the momentum? Do you think we're going to change? Do you think Toei is going to respond and be like, nope, I got to put a stop to all this?
That's the fear that I have. But once again, it's like we'll cross that bridge once we get to it. If we do end up getting to like a mid-show shakeup that goes in a complete 180 tonally, we know why. We'll know why. Luckily, they can't really go too far back to start editing too much things in the background. But they could tweak a few things, but I'm like, it might be a little too late. But otherwise, that was still good. So you want to hear about the early theme of Gavv that I saw in Kamen Rider spoilers?
Oh, absolutely. Although one quick last thing though I gotta mention. If this show does reach that like little brick hiccup and they do change the show, part of me will always be disappointed because I would have loved to see the show we could have got. You know what I mean?
Yes, we have this portion a lot of times when it comes to Kamen Rider, just because we become blatantly aware later on of what the original process was going to be for a lot of these shows. Like, of course, we all know Saber's original theme before, things had to change because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so for Gavv, apparently when they were in the planning phases, the original theme was mermaid.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was not snacks at first, but the theme was mermaid, and it was going to be 6 brothers and sisters, which include Shoma, and it was derived from the Little Mermaid because remember, Ariel had all of those sisters.
Yeah.
So that was the initial idea, was having the siblings.
I'm
So
glad
it's
they
nice to
changed.
know that was a thing, but still the mermaid aspect, I'm like, wow. So they thought it would be better to have mermaids to have a connection with the humans, so that way they would have, that symmetry between them. So let's see, for the reason why the protagonist, who is a mermaid, yearns for the human world, and because it's everyone is talking about, it's literally Little Mermaid. So we could have gotten Little Mermaid writer with Shoma just like, oh yeah, a wonderful world. Just
and a quick time event in Kingdom Hearts that everyone hates.
Oh God, that would have been terrible.
To be fair, it wasn't just one event. It was every time you went into the Little Mermaid world. It was just a QTE.
I went in and I went out. I didn't go back.
Exactly.
So essentially, from that, they decided that because of the way that Shoma was going to work out, they were going to have the mother be human anyway, just to take advantage of the mermaid theme, because of course they already look humanish anyway. So yeah, they foresaw that the ending of the protagonist was going to be like disappearing into bubbles. So they thought that, will Shoma also end up disappearing into bubbles? But they didn't get that far into the early planning before they ended up changing things out. So then after that, they came up with the theme of, fighting as a monster, which essentially is just your basic Kamen Rider trope anyway. And we got to where we are today. So yes, we could have had Mermaid Rider, but then snacks on snacks. Maybe they can reuse that for Aqua, right? Megadong. Though if we did get Mermaid Rider, perfect opportunity for us to finally have a female protagonist, like lead. Make use of all that. But Toei won't do it. Not in the main Rider show. Not yet. Give it another 20 years. That'll have to be like a Prime exclusive Rider show. It'll be the remake of Tackle. And they'll properly make Tackle a Rider. The little Gavv. No, that'd be weird. The Go Chizos would be based off of Sebastian and Flounder. Oh no, that would have been terrible. Could have worked. Toei has Precure, but I've always been like, why not just make a live action Precure? I mean, we had live action Sailor Moon. Just give us a live action Precure. I'd be down for that.
Look, we just need done that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just do it. You already have part of the Toku staff working in Precure anyway when it comes to writing. So
Precure still makes money in Japan. Last time I checked, so
yeah, make it live action just to change things up for a bit. They won't do it. They should, but they won't.
No, they will not.
All right. So anything else we got to talk about for Gavv? Because, I mean, technically we could talk nonstop about Gavv because there's always good shit to discuss about the show.
I'm satisfied, unless you want to talk about our theory involving the colors. But, that could go on for a while.
I mean, I feel like it's one of those that probably is going to get answered next episode.
I really hope so, just to break it down. Because it really could go either way.
Because on that front, hold on, let me see here. Because I did take the screenshots of them, because we do see it. And technically, it's not really pink, what you guys are saying. It's red, because the other one is like a brown hue for the other briefcase. Because so in the latest episode, obviously they were organizing the classified folks based off of their I guess their emotional spectrum and whatnot to see like where they lined up in terms of the goods. But we do get a like a couple of shots of the briefcase to see what the colors are. Just
To
so
be fair, I didn't say it was red. I was
Well, you
told
guys said
many
it was
times
pink.
it was red. Huh? I said it was green, but the red one I didn't.
Like y'all were saying, this was pink.
Oh no, I agree. That is pink, at least to me. But
It's not
the one in the
pink,
far.
It's red because this is not red.
I was told that was red, and I'm like, okay.
This is not red. I mean, this is more like a burgundy.
See, here's what I think. I can't trust my own eyes because I see colors a little differently, like just ever so slightly. So I just go with whatever you guys are saying.
So essentially, looking at this, the way that they're categorized in here, they've got the briefcases all like color coded based off of like how nice the spice is. So
yeah,
we got the two here, which I'm gonna say is red and yellow,
which are the best ones. That's the most desired.
And then the peons over here are in the blue, green, and burgundy.
Can we just call it brown?
Yep.
Yes. What can brown do for you?
Good. Okay, but if that's the case, then why is it like when they're scared they turn into like the pink one, and when they're also very happy they also turn into the pink one, or the red one? Sorry, the red one. Either way,
I think it could have just been a production error, or maybe just the way that the lighting was hitting it. Because I would think if you're putting like burgundy, it still feels weird that their highest spectrum, potentially their highest spectrum, and their potentially lowest spectrum are hues of the same color, essentially.
Right. Which is a little odd, but hey, go for it. But to be fair, we don't know if red is the highest spectrum, because technically it's kind of weird the way it's ordered, because you would assume that it's going from like lowest on like the burgundy side all the way to the highest, which would be on the yellow side. To be fair, we also haven't seen someone become yellow yet, like a yellow one. So
that's true.
I wonder what
they've all been apparently the nicest of spice, which would be the red one.
Right. So I'm curious, like, what the heck is yellow then? If that's the case.
Just all right, happy.
Yeah. See, the thing is, like, I don't know, because the thing I was talking to Zio about is, which meaning like which one it is I don't know if like the colors determine like the level of happiness or a different emotion.
Like these guys we can use for just base snacks. They're all right. They're just plain sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But here is like we got cinnamon. We got nutmeg. We're throwing in all them other flavors up in here.
We got 5 spice.
We got MSG.
Oh, it also led me into saying a very by accident. I accidentally said a joke about the yellow one. I didn't mean it.
And the thing is, like looking at their like these guys are smiling over here. They cheesing, so yeah. they just face smiling.
True. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I hope they explain it soon. It seems like we're getting set up for it because, you know, the briefcases and whatnot.
Yes, I can't wait for them to sell just a briefcase.
The Memorial Edition briefcase.
Briefcase with the regular light in there.
Yep.
You too can be glassified too. Just send us a photo of yourself, full body, and we will make a glass ornament of yourself.
You too can sell high-end drugs.
Get the glass to get that gas.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll just make a camel mascot. Maybe a Joe Camel. They could see my problem with the show.
Right. The problem is with the show, we've only seen live humans turn either to pink or that burgundy color. Those are the only two things. Oh, sorry, the red or the burgundy color, I guess. Because we saw the two people who were happy, like in episodes 2 and 3, turn into the red thing. And then we saw that Shoma's mom turned into like the burgundy color.
But we did see the yellow beforehand because that's how I started pointing out the color coding in my episode.
No, I meant like the human themselves before their
actually being turned into it. But the color coding was at least known to us before.
Oh yeah,
because the thing is, like it was hard to tell. Like I said, it's hard to tell between the red and the burgundy color because it looks the same on camera. That's the thing. But in I think it was episode 2 or episode 3 when I was doing my review for that, I noticed the yellow one, and I was just like, oh, so they do come in different shades.
I'm pretty sure you noticed it in episode 3 because I think that was when with the lady who had was presenting all the yellow and red ones for the yeah. And then we saw the green one in episode 5 recently. We saw someone actually with the green outer layering.
And we get the briefcase, which is all of them. So
yeah. So there's also a blue one. So I just don't know what it means.
Are they color coded based on who owns it in the family? I do not think so.
Probably not, because here's the thing. Why would the lady with the 3 with the, what do you call it? The lady in episode 3 have multiple different colors as well, as also the guy with the hat also had multiple different colors in his hand, delivering it to the agents.
Plus, it wouldn't make sense because based off of the agents, we know what each of the siblings' color scheming is because we know
there's no green.
Yeah, Jipu and Shida have the white and blue. Knitter would be orange, and then of course we got Rango with the red, and Grota. I think
I don't think we've seen a Grota agent yet.
It's in the intro. The intro shows all the colors for the agents.
Okay. Let me see if I can play the intro real quick, guys. I'll just take a look here.
Let's see here.
Gavv OP.
Purple.
Oh, it's purple? Okay.
Well, it's like a pinkish purple, it looks like. Let me see.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, no, it's purple. Yeah, it's purple.
Okay.
Yep, because her agent is right next to Nirab's agent, who is orange. So, yep. Got that perp. So, yeah, what the briefcase does not line up. It does not match. With
yeah, you're right. So. It is. You know what? Although I do have to agree, I kind of think you're right, though. It is kind of a pink. Then again, like I said, my eyes are fucked up when it comes to color, so.
I mean, they are being lit up by lamps.
True.
So, it is what it is. Either way, I think we can all agree that Gavv is still worth the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Show's making me talk more than I talk for all of Gotchard.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a very
and we're only talking about 3 episodes, technically.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like Gotchard started hitting that slog immediately. So
yeah, it never really ramped up like I thought it would.
No, that's what I was thinking as well. That's why I fell off Gotchard.
Y'all thought.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all kept that optimism. I was like, nope, I see the writing on the wall.
To be fair, I was just kind of hoping you were wrong so that I wouldn't have to experience another bad season of Rider.
Well, look, at least we didn't, badmouth this writer to the point that it got you, like, hurting your toes or something.
Y'all still talking shit about Takashi. Y'all still doing it.
Let's see. What's a better toy? The Juga driver or the Arc driver? Well, having both, I would say...
Probably the Arc driver, I would say.
Aesthetically, I actually do like the Arc driver. But there's something about Juga, and it might just be Vegeta.
Oh, the voice, right?
The Vegeta voice dialogues that just do it so well. But aesthetically, I would have to give it to Arc, especially since it does have the 2 modes to it. Let me grab it.
I just think, like, from my standpoint, I think about like the toy for display purposes because after you initially get your toy, 90% of the time you're not going to be playing with it. At least I would say. I don't know if Zio plays with his all the time.
I mean, I don't touch these things after like I initially get them. Like I mess around with them for like an hour and then they go on the shelf.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So I always like judge them by how good they look on a shelf.
Yeah, because the thing is, like aesthetically, like I really don't like the Vice stamp because I mean, look at this fucking Vice stamp.
Yeah,
it's a hodgepodge of the different Vice stamps on there, and it just doesn't look pleasing. It doesn't even have like a pretty good design. It looks like a bad dragon butt plug. Like it's not hype. This is not.
did not think you would go there with that, but all right.
But you know that now you can't unsee it.
Yes, I really can't.
Oh,
and then that one just looks good, at least
I
to me.
forgot I still had this thing on. Okay.
What, you were afraid of copyright with those noises?
No, it's like once you pop, you can't stop. It's dusty too.
Okay.
I got to dust this thing off.
Okay. Don't they come off? Because is that like Arc 1 mode?
Yes, so it is, and then I would say at least the best thing about this versus the Juga driver is that it does have some CSM qualities to it because there is an additional button on here that does feature like the voice dialogue lines and all that stuff. It's not just something that's in the progress keys; it's something that's on the driver itself, which I do think is very nice and would make this pretty much like the premium DX in that way. So. Trying to remember how to. There it is.
Ah, there you go. Oh.
Yeah.
But if you're asking like if you're personally buying one of these two, which one do you think you would like looking at more as on your shelf?
Now the thing is, it's like I personally do love this one more, and this was one that I wanted back when 01 was airing. But of course, we didn't have all the buying options that we do nowadays. And although I do like it like this because, of course, it look at the bottom, the symmetry, it's terrible. It's off balance if you try putting it out on display. So it just works better the other way. But I gotta pop this piece open just to get it. But yes, this would be a bigger recommendation in terms of just aesthetically pleasing because this is a sleek fucking rider belt, just saying, compared to this. But I'm just like, that Juga voice though.
But how many times are you going to be listening to that Juga
And
voice,
then, of
though?
course, you got the Chimera, you have the Chimera and the Daimon, like Vice stamps that would go along with this as well, just for those portions of things, but they don't. It's whatever. I'd rather this.
It would just be changing the color of the Vice stamp at that point. Like what kind?
Well, that and...
oh, right.
Yeah.
That. Which, why would you do that? I'm just saying.
Exactly. It's just like now you just got a faceplate that's just down somewhere for storage. No. Yep. You got to display it as the Juga driver. So yes, you definitely got your money's worth with that one. Whole conversation piece and just comparing toys.
Oh yeah.
Now I would say if you are trying to get a Vision driver over the Zillion driver, get the Vision driver. Don't get the fucking Zillion driver. Don't.
The heck?
Or we're not going to talk about that Gotchard shit. The more explainers that they handed our way. Let me put these guys up.
No, I also don't want to talk about the graduation special that's coming. Did you see the trailers for that, Ash? Oh, I cannot hear Ash. He's muted.
No, I never finished Gotchard, so I'm probably not going to check out the graduation special. I just know that everyone was dunking on the graduation Fontex.
Ah, yes. Well, yeah, that is also pretty bad. I don't think it'll be good. See, the thing is, like, all the extra stuff from Gotchard have actually been pretty decent. Like, class.
Yes, but this is going to be extra stuff on to the main show of Gotchard, which is already ass. And then apparently that stage show is a thing that happened and undoes the stuff from the movie that we haven't even gotten a chance to see yet because
Wait, it does the it undoes the daybreak stuff already?
yes. Apparently the final stage for Godchard undoes the ending of that film.
Huh. Interesting. I don't like how they're doing this whole will they, won't they with Hotaro and Rine at the end of...
It feels forced by this point because they don't feel like a couple. Like they never
Exactly.
felt like a couple.
Hotaro has more of a connection with what's her name? Clotho. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of had an implied connection between the two, but yeah, it's like no. But yeah, so the cop out thing about Hotaro ending up in the Ouroboros realm is that his dad went out and Hotaro got lost looking for his dad and somehow ended up in the Ouroboros realm. You know, a realm that requires you to be an alchemist to be.
So you're telling me his dad didn't take him in there and just, was leaving him to...
No, he found a way in there. Just right outside of Fuga's office.
Just doing
right alchemy
somehow. Damn.
With the chemies. Just just out there just doing all that.
Who taught him alchemy then? Because we saw him making those goggles. We saw him do it. And I don't think he was...
my guy. I don't fucking know. Use your imagination. That's what the writer said to us. Use your imagination.
I didn't think we'd be dunking on Gotchard at this late into the game, but
here
we are.
The production staff needs to keep their mouth shut in terms of explaining some of this shit because they're just digging a worse hole. Like, we've already dug to China with how much we've been digging this hole. I'm past, already the center of the earth. The holes for this Gotchard plot point just keeps getting worse the more they keep trying to explain away the faults of the show. Like, it just makes no sense. Like, I'm done with that show. There's no explaining away the problems, especially when part of it is literally use your imagination to figure that shit out. Good. We done with the Gotchard talk because I'm just like I'm already work mad. Now I'm Gotchard mad. Ain't no need to be talking about any of that stuff. So let me segue out of fucking Gotchard. So we haven't gotten the trademarks for the next Sentai yet, but there's already a name that's been floating around.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And along with the rumor mills just being crazy on it, and it's called Boonboomger.
Yeah.
Which I'm already oh, we doing this again?
We're going animals or dinosaurs again? It's one or the other.
Both. Maybe
animals
both.
And dinosaurs again. We're getting prehistoric animals again. Woo!
The thing that's just confusing about it is the name Goju would be Goju, which would be 50. But this is the 49 Sentai. So I'm just like, why would you name it this way? Unless hear me out now. What if they're filming both seasons continuously? They're filming 49 and 50 at the same time for Sentai. They're pulling like a Gavv, but instead they got a year in advance. So you're saying if that's the case, then I'd be more hyped because that means that they're properly cooking.
What if it's we're getting a rare continuation series, so we're gonna get 2 years of this Sentai team?
So Mega Force.
Why'd you have to do it like that, man? I didn't even.
Yeah, why'd you have to phrase it like that?
Because it was the anniversary before the anniversary, and then the second season was the actual anniversary.
Bro, yeah, you could have. There was other comparisons. You could have gone with
Black and Black RX.
It's not an anniversary. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
You didn't have to go.
Give me another anniversary. What we got?
I'll get back to you.
Yeah, okay. I bet. Cool.
I'll invent one, and then we'll do it that way.
All right. So from the rumor mill of what we got for Gozuger is that it's supposed to be another sibling group. So we've got another sibling dynamic, with Red being the oldest brother, Blue being the oldest sister, Green being the younger brother, Yellow being youngest brother, and Black being the youngest sister. So they're pulling, like, Blue and Black are apparently women for this season from the rumor mill. But then again, how many times have we gotten Black as a female? Like 2 seasons in a row, I feel like we've gotten it, because we got it for Boonboomger. We got Orange was a female for Boonboomger, and we had for King Oger that Black was going to be a female for that one. But for this one, it seems like they're going to go Blue and Black for that one, so changing the color scheming. But hey, Green's back. I thought we'd never see Green in Sentai again. So that's, but once again, rumor mill in terms of that aspect. So here is the grain of salt story rumor. Japan is a country with many zoos. In one such place, the grandfather of our main character was doing research on animals before he mysteriously disappeared. A villain begins to rampage one day who intends to turn the world's population into their servants. The main character and his 4 younger brothers and sisters join forces to protect the world, with their mother and father acting as their commanders.
I don't like this because it's already screaming Red-centric. Main character and siblings. No.
I mean, especially since they were the older brother, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. It's like we do family sibling themed Sentai. Well,
I mean, hey, with Majiro,
Ninja was like the last one we got a family based unit, I believe, right?
I think so. I think you're right. Like entirely a family, yeah.
Yeah, and they were all cousins, except for Red and White. They were siblings.
I'm just saying it's like what do you call it? Which one? Yeah, Majiro, they did it the other way with like Red being the youngest, so that he was being introduced to magic and like learning and heating his way up. It seems like the opposite. I don't know how it's gonna go. If like Red's gonna take like that mentor role, I don't know.
But we'll see what they mean by like oldest sibling and how much the age gap is going to end up being. Because
but with Gozu, with what is that, like 5?
Well, Goju would be 5 beasts.
Yeah. So what, 5 beasts?
But then we had Zoo Ranger that a couple of them were dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Which is what makes some people go into the mindset of like, are we going to have a Zoo Ranger reference? I mean, now that we've technically
as well.
done 2 shows that have had previous show like cameos, because with King Oger, of course, we got Kyoryuger, and then with Boonboomger, we got not just Go-Onger, but TokuTonic coming up. Could they do this one and then have a crossover with, the Zoo Ranger?
I just we have so many dinosaurs and animal themes.
Yes, and I'm like, why are y'all doing this? America's no longer trying to make shows out of your shit. Like, why would you?
Why would you do it now? Why?
Let me see if there's anything else from this that I can see regarding it. Because it's like, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I was just saying, Sentai has been on the up incline recently. I feel like as seasons go by of Sentai, we've been getting good seasons. They've been relative. Most of them have been pretty good. They're pretty okay. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen one that was absolutely terrible yet. So I don't think it'll be a bad season. It's just I don't want this played out theme again. You know what I'm saying? Unless they do something unique with it. Because how many times are we going to do animals and dinosaurs?
At least 50 more times before you're dead.
That's
That's
I'm not
every
gonna
Sentai.
I'm not gonna live that long.
Okay, well, at least 3 more times before you're dead.
Okay, maybe closer actually, but still.
And just to be safe, throw in another dinosaur themed Common Rider in there.
We've only gotten one of those.
Yeah, but we're gonna have another one in like Ray 19.
I don't want that.
Ray 19 is gonna be another.
Give me another
dinosaur
card
theme.
gimmick, freaking rider before that.
He transforms using a dinosaur bone.
I don't. That actually kind of. That's not that bad. That's kind of cool actually.
His belt's gonna be a dog, and it bites on the bone.
So Mad Rex is a common rider.
Yep.
With a dino. Okay.
Yep.
Dinosaur thing.
Yep.
Okay. I see.
Yeah. It's gonna be Ray 19. You heard it here, folks. We got it.
You think Zio will ever get that ninja themed rider? That proper ninja rider.
Shinobi for reals? Nah.
Like an actual ninja rider series. Come on.
I mean, I would hope so. I mean, we got technically samurai based with
Gaim.
With Gaim. So I would see ninja not being too far off.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like they would keep going with the goofy aesthetics if they keep going with a like dark undertones for writers, which I hope they do, then I feel that they're trying to balance it out with a goofy outer aesthetic.
I hope so. Because I'm just saying, I've been like, if what writers cooking up in the future is more Gavv stuff, like very over the top, looking fun, looking happy and peppy, with like this very like serious melodramatic story, like proper drama underneath. I can't complain. I would be liking Rider again.
I mean, you are liking Rider again.
I mean, like as a whole, because like I'm not gonna lie, Reiwa still sucks. Reiwa still very much sucks.
The thing that I do wish that they would have in Gavv, which we only got like a little bit of it, because I know like by the time we got to episode 2, people were like, "Oh my god, he's still using a motorcycle." Now we're in episode 5, and it's just like, where the fuck's that motorcycle? See, it's already there. But one thing that I'm like, why aren't y'all utilizing this more? And it's that King Oger set that they made. They could have technically like Rider, like actual motorcycle scenes using that green screen set.
Yeah,
because
they did it with King Oger.
Not only that, but they did it with Black Sun, because people were like, how'd they get away with so many like motorcycle scenes on there? It was CG.
It was CG.
Yeah, they were using the backdrop. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, y'all got this set. Use it. Like literally, they were using it in The Mandalorian for like the speeder scenes. So why aren't y'all using it for like the motorcycle scenes? You could definitely get away with it there. It's there. You guys already have the set in place.
Yep. It would be nice to have.
Just give us nice to do. Proper Rider action.
Oh, wait, out of curiosity, do they like own that set? Like, do they use it for anything else, or is it just like, or were they like renting the set?
Well, they had the set built for them, so they own that set.
Okay. I'm just curious, like, why they wouldn't be using it.
Because they're still utilizing it, and like, besides that, they also have like they have the fully green screen room, and then they have the room that has the LED display that they had built for King Oger. Which, once again, I thought that they were going to end up utilizing in Gottshred. They just never did. And then I was just like, well, are you guys going to utilize it for anything else? I think Boonboomger utilizes it for when they do their finishers, because it's not really stock footage. They vamp up the finishers almost every time, and they can reshoot the roll call with new things just because of that set. So it does allow for some fluidity with what we would consider as stock footage. So they could do it, but I'm like, why not? Just do it.
I don't. I mean, we have chess team villains before, true, not chess team like Sentai. So maybe. Sorry, they're asking like, what if we had a chess themed Sentai series?
Oh, yeah. I mean, technically, the chess pieces have been used in Rider a lot more often.
Mm.
Even then, I mean, Blade kind of sort of counts, but not really because it's cards, but it still uses like similar aspects. But then in Kiva, obviously, we did have.
Yep, King, Queen, Rook.
Yep. Venus Flytrap Rider. No. Weird. Big mouth. Just all.
Let's see. What kind? I'm not gonna lie. I'm still clawing out hope for a music theme Rider series because we haven't had a music theme. Okay. Other than that one, which I don't count, we haven't had a music theme Rider series.
I mean, I'd be down for music-based team anyway. Like I've had this conversation in VC chat before on how they could potentially have some music going on in there. Plus, I mean, it's a unique aspect. Like it's not something that we have seen.
Hibiki does not count. No, it doesn't. Don't count it. It wasn't meant to be a Rider show to begin with.
There were supposedly some leaked set images of these new Sentai suits, but apparently someone pointed out they were already fake. I'm like, good job, you guys definitely sold the fakery on this. It looks like it's legit taken from on set. Now, of course, they could be lying just to cover their tracks, but hey.
Yes. Kiva didn't have a music theme. Kiva just had good music.
Yes, indeed.
Like Kiva, I'm not gonna lie, it still has the best music of any Rider show. It's kind of hard to beat it.
Sports themed, no, but hey, look, if they love interrupting things for golf, just have a golf themed Rider season. Let's go for it.
Oh, imagine. Yeah, imagine.
I mean, technically, Dynaman's theme originally was going to be baseball anyway. That was their suit design, was the baseball jersey. So I'm just like, we could do sports again. I'd be down for it.
I'm glad they did change the theme though, because Dynaman turned out really well.
Yeah, but then you still notice once they pointed it out, you can't not notice.
You can't not see the baseball,
and then the baseball cap on the helmet, like it's all there. So just
great. Now I've got that opening in my head. Fuck.
Die,
man.
Now you know what you gotta do. You gotta listen to it like 5 times.
Yeah.
To get it out your brain.
Mm-hmm.
5 times max volume while you're sipping on tasty beverage.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have that drunk karaoke.
I'll listen to Die Ranger's opening. That'll get out of my head.
I mean, you could just listen to every Sentai opening.
Whoa.
You just binge them all.
When are we gonna do the best Sentai openings tier list? Because that's gonna be hard. Because
that's gonna have bloodshed.
That's gonna be a bloodshed.
That's gonna end the podcast.
That would be the bracket fight right there.
That would be the bracket fight of bracket fights.
I think we have to get Mark involved in that one because Mark hasn't seen every Sentai, so we have to have Mark listen to it.
True.
And then Mark can fight us on it.
So a bracket fight for next week?
Maybe, yeah. If it's a slow news week,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like the only thing that could possibly come out of the next week is
the actual Sentai trademark leaking.
Yes, that, and then maybe possibly Switch 2,
some new forms
formally revealed, and then we're gonna be like, oh, we gotta talk about Switch 2.
Oh my god! Look at all these games you can get potentially.
Yeah, well, let's segue over to the Nintendo cast. But yes, bracket fight with the Sentai openings to counterbalance the.
To be fair, we did do that little to take a second to listen to the opening before you make your judgment kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's like everyone just bring up the stuff, listen to it beforehand, write down a list, if anything. what I might do, depending on how busy I am working, is I might do like either a pre-stream or something like that on Twitch of listening to all the openings again, just to have my own personal like list written down in preparation for this stream. So, but then again, I gotta see how long that list is, because that would be like pre-streaming like for 3 hours almost.
But yeah, we have to get Mark involved on that list. We have to get Mark on the Sentai list because Mark's mostly familiar with Rider, not Sentai.
Rider,
so we can get his like actual reactions to hearing some of these openings.
I'll check with him to make sure that he's available next week for all that madness.
Because that way it's like an even 2v2 when it comes to voting.
You say that, and then I'll throw in a special guest of I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Elena. I mean,
oh my God! Don't say names.
What was I saying?
Don't reveal who that is either.
I'm not revealing who that is. I was trying to think of potential names.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know who the guest could be.
No clue.
Maybe Turbo Ryuki. He's currently just hanging around, doing nothing.
I know who it can't be. It can't be your cat formed. What's his name?
Oh,
Wilden
climaxing Wildenyo.
Yeah, because like that would be so much hair, you'd be sweating. It'd be so uncomfortable for you.
And then trying to keep the voice the entire time.
Because they would expect the voice.
Yeah, you can't do it without the voice, and then doing that for potentially 3 hours straight.
Nah, that would kill you.
Yeah, no.
Like busted out for like maybe 5 minutes max.
Bring back Turbo Ryugi. I guess proper Turbo Ryugi, because Phantom Ryuga is still like stuck in the Shadow Realm. So now without a sword.
They stole his sword.
Yep. He's just infinitely falling, just nonstop. Always falling.
Oh wait, I'm listening to that every Sentai opening video again. Man, why do all these old openings hit so hard?
Oh, they do. They do. Like I'm gonna be fighting. I'm gonna be fighting for some of those classic like Showa era Sentais.
No, absolutely.
Oh God,
Showa. Good. We're gonna have to shuffle them around because Showa vs. Showa is gonna be hard to top.
It would, especially since there was like that little period. I would say like the Goggle 5, Sun Vulcan era, in which the theme songs actually did sound very similar. Like they had a similar melody flow to it, but the lyrics were obviously different. But they still were good. Like it's good. I would say it's better than Writers like Showa era, because Writers Showa era was very samey in a lot of aspects.
Yeah, I can see that. I would
like
say
you would hear the melody and you would be able to understand. It's like, yeah, this is Showa Writer with the way that the melody flows. But Sentai was just a whole different beast.
Oh God, I'm not gonna lie. Showa Sentai, oh God, it's gonna be hard. I'm already seeing a couple of these that if they go up against each other, I'm gonna have to like make some life-altering decisions.
Then the times that we're gonna have Hironobu Kageyama versus Hironobu Kageyama.
I'm just gonna flip a coin and just be like, okay, this is my fate now.
It's like these all be hidden. What? Masked Man versus Jetman? No! We're like, this is not the matchup I wanted.
We will probably get a matchup of Masked Man versus Jetman.
I'll be so upset if we get something like that. Like there's too many. Like that's the problem. It's like there's too many that's just too good.
They're all so good.
And I will hate once we get to Go Buster's second opening, how many people are gonna troll pick that opening?
Bust. Oh God. Oh yeah, that's the first opening, right?
Yeah, no,
I don't even remember the second opening. I'm not gonna lie.
Great. I guess if you ever want to forget a song that's stuck in your head, you listen to the second Go Buster opening because it'll instantly make you go like, "What the fuck? What were they thinking?"
This is terrible. Why? Why did they do
It's
that?
such a bad opening.
The first opening was very good. I feel like it was very serviceable.
Buster's ready,
Go.
Go.
It's good. It worked, and then they had that other one with the whole shaky cam, because they had like the camera on the stick action going on, and I was like, no, the visuals with this song, and then the way that the song flows, it's just ass. No,
There was what was it again? God. But Go Busters had, I think, one of my favorite insert themes in that era of Sentai, which was what do you call it? Beat
Yes, yeah.
Bacon says that he likes the second Go Buster opening. All right, I'm going to
You are free to time Bacon out for 5 minutes. Go ahead.
I will definitely make sure that you will not be participating and change that intro this weekend, Bacon. So thanks for that.
That's like torture for the guy. Why would you do that?
Like he just stays there just waiting, and it's just like, I'm going to change that intro. No, you're not. Not this time. Nope.
This is like what you did with what was it who was it who like cooked so bad? Like you were just like,
Oh
banned.
yeah, Muso. I banned him from the kitchen for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then he came back to have his villain arc. God, the Twitch drama is like a whole lore on its own for folks that aren't part of the Twitch streams. Like there's villain arcs that some people in the chat go through.
John hasn't stopped his villain arc.
It's just a whole different beast. It's so just take that to learn. Join the Twitch streams. It goes unhinged so often. Like it's crazy how many people technically have their own personas within the chat. Like the second they just pop up, it's like you already know what to expect.
Exactly.
That's how it goes with this community.
The betrayals upon betrayals in this, it's crazy.
Yeah, I love it when people spamming.
Intros.
Yeah, just for changing intros. Like, yeah, everybody change that intros, and then someone goes, nah, skip that intro, and it's just like
full on wars.
I have a field day. A field day. It's great. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got anything else to discuss? I feel this was a very simple stream. We didn't honestly. It's been slow news weeks. Like we mostly just gotten some scans here and there. It's like, yes, we got the terrible Bungerio mech. The one from the poster now revealed, which I'm just like, I don't really care. Valen, before he even debuts, we already see the donut shop form.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. That's the thing.
I mean, there really isn't much to like discuss, I would say, because it's like most of this is like us giving like what's currently out there its graces for being pretty good. It's it's kind of hard to constantly just say like just watch a show because it's really good. It's doing these new things that are creative. Granted, we could still talk about it, but other than that, it's like there's nothing really like out there to like discuss. Like there's no like scans of like a power up form or like leaks of new characters.
I mean, obviously, everyone knows my care of anything TokuTonic related anyway. So the fact that Boonboomger is having a crossover with TokuTonic, I'm just like, okay,
yeah,
like none hype.
I mean, I like TokuTonic, so I kind of I'm more hype.
I mean, I got nothing. Like I dipped out early on, so I'm just like, whatever.
Fair enough.
And no, I'm not going to binge all of the episodes before the episode comes out.
If he's gonna watch TokuTonic, you guys are gonna have to put it on Toku Rewind.
Yeah.
Probably the only way.
Yeah, and even then, I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, maybe now I'll understand this little reference thingy that they're gonna have going on over here and whatnot, and this, that, and the other.
Maybe. Probably not.
I mean,
else you want to discuss?
I mean, I guess the only thing from TokuTonic, I guess the Was the orange TokuTonic like the only one that was actually an adult? Because I know the other ones were kids and they went back to being kids by the end.
Spoilers. Yes.
Okay, well, I guess that explains why he's the only one I'm seeing out of costume. That makes sense, because then I guess like Togu Ichigo is just maybe the kid grown up.
Technically speaking, Tokyo Ichigo would probably be his actual, like, slightly older than the age he portrayed in the show.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, like he would probably be older, like slightly older than like his grown-up form in the show.
Ah, yes, Blaze Hopper, genius idea. I just watched that terrible first episode again, and then the last episode. I guess that would be the perfect way to watch.
Horrible idea. All the
just,
good stuff is in like the middle, late,
and just get the entire gist of the show. Well, that was an opening. Oh, well, that was an ending that I have no idea who any of these people are. I don't even remember the names.
Zero context with this. Also, I will say this: TokuTonic has probably one of the best villains out there. I think in Sentai.
I will only say that TokuTonic's opening is so goddamn good, though.
Yes. Its villains are also very good. I feel like you should give them a try or a chance.
Give the villains a try. I will be sure to spread them cheeks.
Okay, well, based on the villains, I wouldn't, but all right.
Oh,
go for it. You do you, man. Hey, listen.
They got exhaust pipes you ain't supposed to be licking. Like, what's going on?
Hey, listen. You into that? You go for it. You know, if you get shredded, you know, in some parts, go for it.
Oh. Go for it.
Go for it. Go.
All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I mean that's most of the stuff that I had to talk about regarding things. Gavv still good. Boonboomger finally picking back up some steam after getting paired up with good show. If you haven't been watching Arc, give it another shot. Like
I need to catch up.
It's good. Arc is pretty good and kind of crazy, honestly, at times.
Yep. I mean, we just got through a two-parter with the Gavv arc. I haven't seen the latest episode that aired right before we went live, but either way, it has its moments. Tonal whiplash when it comes to the ending song coming in some episodes, but otherwise, that's still good.
The reason I would say like you should at least give these Ultraman a shot. Zio doesn't watch Ultraman, and these are actually like relatively keeping him entertained. So that speaks on volumes.
Because Decker, I was glassy-eyed watching Decker the majority of the time because I was just not Decker. Really doing much for me. Blazar, yes, and then Arc. You know, now I've already seen like Orb and shit, so it's helping having a few notches under my belt.
Yeah.
So,
and then you can go back and see the quote unquote good ones that everyone keeps recommending, like Nexus.
I still really want to watch 80.
Oh, I would. 80's pretty good.
I mean, I personally have seen episode 1 and 2 by myself, and I was just like, ooh, this is actually very, very interesting.
I would say 80's pretty good. He came to us from the stars.
Let's see. Give ass. Yes, definitely give ass. Am I going to watch that recap episode? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's true. Today's episode was a recap episode. Was it?
Yes.
Properly? Right. Like, was it any good or not?
Did they do something unique with it is what I'm asking.
I mean, usually when they do the recap episodes, they list them as like SP.
Yeah.
But this one, I guess, is it an actual episode or is it also like one of those SP episodes?
Because like usually when Ultraman does like a recap episode, they usually do it in like a unique way that puts a twist on it.
Let me see. I'm looking it up now. Yeah, I mean it's properly called episode 13.
Oh. If only Luke was awake, he could tell me right now.
Okay, they're saying it's important to watch.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like X's recap episode. Gotcha.
Okay, all right, cool. Then I will keep it on the docket. Now, here's hoping that Outsiders does not drop this weekend.
I hope Outsiders is over with and we never have to
I-
talk
well,
about
I-
that
look,
man again.
Outsiders, the Raw is out if you like Raw dogging it, but the subs are going to take. I feel, actually, yeah, I looked this up. The last episode of Outsiders took a month before it got subbed.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus. Huh. No one really wants to do it, do they?
The one before that one literally took a month before we finally got it subbed, because I'm looking at it now. It dropped on 5/11 and it didn't get subbed until 6/9.
Hmm.
And I was like, wow, folks really don't give no fucks.
They really don't. I mean, to be fair, I don't care about any of them. I stopped watching them after the what was it? I think the first one. I saw only the first one and then I stopped.
Now the thing is the Gotchard episodes now canon to Outsiders to the point of like you have to have watched those episodes of Gotchard to make sense of what's
At
happening.
least to get up to Zane. Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god, Outsiders continuity is so shit. Cloudy, how do you still have hands?
Well, I won't after that.
It's so bad. And then the fact that we got to deal with this another episode after this one.
So this the stream is over. I'm just letting you all know right now. The stream is ended, terminated.
Cloud is going to show up next week as like an amputee.
I'm gonna come in next week with like a freaking hook for a hand, and I'm gonna be like, "This was you. You did this. Give me Zio Agito."
Takahashi
gonna be
is
like-
going to end up showing up on the stream. He's going to be the special guest for the Sentai opening bracket off. Like, little did you know, I invited Takahashi to the stream. And he's going to be like, Cloudy, have I got a story for you?
I'm just gonna scream at the top of my lungs, and then be like,
he's
"All
going
right, give me
to
that robot hand."
he's going to email you the script, his magnum opus script for a writer show.
I haven't been able to say anything negative about this man and his writing in a very long time because of my unironic fear. Because I don't know why, it's true. I'm gonna say it though. If I could openly speak my opinions, it wouldn't be positive in the slightest.
I'm going to see how difficult it's going to be to reach out to Takahashi's folks and be like, hey, how much English does he speak? I just want to have him on a live stream.
It's okay. If he writes down what he says, I can understand what he's saying.
It's like, I just need you to cure this man's hands.
Oh, God.
We have a dying fan. He needs his hands.
Yes. We've got to make a wish like Toku guy here. He just wants Geets to have been good. Can you quickly rewrite Geets to be good?
See, here's the thing. We made this into a joke, but it's real. I don't know how it's real. I don't know why it's real. It's real. It happens. Every time, without fail, when they insult Takahashi, I hurt my hand in some way.
Well, I know it's going to be a terrible day for you tomorrow. Maybe next week.
I'm just going to stay inside my bubble, and hopefully nothing happens.
Yeah, don't go outside.
I'm just going to
now watch something from inside. Just smack down on your hand or something.
My hand gets caught in the bubble. And it's just like
Takahashi is Yuri Inoue. Well, the thing is, Takahashi technically is like new Gen Inoue because Inoue got to a point where he overstayed his welcome. I've explained this.
Takahashi is my Inoue, if anything.
Like Inoue, was that guy that was essentially Mr. Kamen Rider because he wrote so many of the shows, and at a certain point in time, we got tired of him. I got tired of him.
And here's the thing: it's not like Takahashi can't cook. He cooked before.
Yep.
It's within him to do.
It's just now he burns the meal.
It's just he needs a break so that
he's overconfident. He's like Bobby Flay sometimes. He gets overconfident in his craft.
He's got to refresh his skills. You know what I'm saying? He's got to take some time off, really understand the food.
Yep. So it is what it is.
Because he was still doing Outsiders, and he was writing what? What was the show?
Geets. Yeah, he was doing Outsiders. He started Outsiders while still doing Geets. And then he still was doing Outsiders. And then it's just like, why are you still doing Outsiders? And then he threw in some of that Outsiders into Gotchard.
He's like, guys, I know this isn't an anniversary season, but you know what would be great?
An anniversary season. What if Outsiders, the proper Outsiders, is Reiwa 10?
I wouldn't watch it.
Like
I would take Rider off.
It's literally Kamen Rider Zane.
I would take that year off of Rider.
It's like everything was done by Takahashi. This was it. It's just like you got to have all this supplemental content in order to understand what's going to happen in the show. Because we going in like just completely big swinging.
Takahashi to take a break and then come back with his version of Don Bros, but in Rider.
Well, then he would have to take a good 13-year break.
I'm okay with that. It'd probably be the last year of my life, but I'd be okay with it.
But could Takahashi take that? I feel like he's the type of guy that would just be sitting there going like, I gotta write some Rider. I need Rider. And just like combust if he doesn't get it.
I don't care. It would help me a lot if he just
because look, at least while he wasn't writing Rider, he just wrote other shit because he knew how to just write other shit. Takahashi's just writing Rider.
Okay. I feel like maybe he should get some experience doing some other stuff under his belt. Maybe that'll really help.
Let him write an anime or two or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of anime, manga.
I gotta throw this in real quick because Mark would kill me if I didn't. Netflix and Crunchyroll, Dan finally came out, episode 1. So
I don't know what that is.
Why is it on Crunchyroll and Netflix? Is it just on both? Because I know that Dragon Dime is coming to both.
I don't know what the deal is or how the split works, but they are on
Is there like a different dub for each one, or?
Nope, same dub. Same
okay, because I know there's like, two different dubs for like Vinland Saga.
It is dying.
No, I thought you meant it died. I guess it slowly is dying. Okay,
it is dying. But no, yeah, check it out. It's very good, very well animated. The guys who did Devilman Crybaby are the animators for this, so it's very dynamic.
Nice.
Very interesting. The music is also quite nice. If you're into something very odd and strange, but really good, like Dom Bros-esque, but with a lot more swearing and they don't have to censor shit for children, check it out. Take a look out. The first arc is literally the Turbo Granny arc, and I can't even tell you why it's called that because it would probably get this stream demonetized.
Well, I don't watch anime anymore, so why should I watch it?
Because I guarantee you'd probably have a blast after the first episode. You'd go, "What? Holy shit! They're allowed to air this? Oh."
Maybe if I have time.
I'm not gonna lie, you would enjoy this. This is something I know for a fact you would enjoy. Okay, Zio, I'll tell you one thing. There is a scene where a child possessed by the ghost of a grandma bites the dick off of an alien, and the dick is robotic. He does this through a phone, by the way.
What?
This happens in the show. Unironically,
they animate this.
Yes, it's in the show. I'm not even kidding. I wish I could kid you.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Yes.
Did Inoue write this, or
he might have, maybe, I don't know. He
Jesus.
didn't. I know he didn't write it, but it you might as well. Zio,
wow.
If anything you take from this stream tonight, watch episode 1 of Dandadan. It's on Netflix. It's on Crunchyroll. You have either.
I gotta wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, so I will not watch it tonight. Maybe.
Well, not tonight, but like at some point this week. Just check it out because that scene alone should be worth your attendance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And for the people in the chat, they know I'm not kidding.
Ash is out here Googling it up right now. He's like, all right, let me get this queued up for right after this stream is over.
Listen, Mark has been trying to sell you guys on Dandadan for forever.
No, I'm working on my lunch plans right now.
Okay.
I feel like there's no excuse. You guys gotta watch it because he sold me on it. It was an amazing ride.
All right, Ash. What do you have to one up that that's Power Rangers related?
Nothing. I can't top that.
What were they doing in the comics? Is there anything good?
No, the comics have been on break for a while. I mean, we had the Usagi Yojimbo crossover that happened. Power Rangers Prime isn't out yet. Power Rangers Ranger Academy is ending in about a month. Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot on Power Rangers, to be honest. Apart from that Dragon Dagger that we talked about. Not Dragon Dagger, Sword of Darkness that we talked about.
Which it looks good, but not $680 good.
Yeah, that's 600 or 1,000 Australian dollars.
Like I feel a lot of it is like the stand, and I mean, look, I mean, it's kind of cool. Like I mean, I'll share it on the stream real fast so people could see what this is. Like look at that.
Yeah, I saw that a few seconds ago. A few like an hour and a half ago on stream. Yeah. I was looking at it very well.
Yeah. Did you pull the trigger?
What? CEO.
It's a sword, and I know you when it comes to swords.
And when it comes to weapons in general, mate, I anything really.
So you're saying yes?
No, I'm not saying no either.
Okay, so you bought this. All right, cool. Now we know. I mean, it's a cool thing.
Now listen, that is a sick looking weapon.
Thing is, I just don't like. I never use the stands that these things come in because, of course, I like putting my stuff on the wall. So I wish that they would come with like a proper like wall mount for a lot of these weapons. That way, I don't have to like finagle my
build a shelf.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, my OG Caliber I'm going to probably hang on the wall because I'll probably have a new desk around that time. I'm getting rid of the curved desk and getting a normal sit-stand desk. So,
ooh, nice.
Yeah. Plus, this curved desk is nice, but it takes up like not a lot of room in the study, but a fair bit of room in the study.
I cannot breathe.
Yes, like gun.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Wait, what's the Sesame Street stuff?
It's
Sesame Street stuff.
Carbotex Cookie Monster.
Oh, that's from that like Mecha Sesame Street show that I remember that people shared around earlier.
There's a Mecha Sesame Street.
I think so, yeah.
And it's Big Bird, but it's the other Big Bird. Thing is, growing up, I had Plaza Sésamo, which is the Spanish version of Sesame Street, and our Big Bird was a green bird.
Jeez.
Yep. Good Chizos.
Those Dragon Ball figures look sick. Oh, they're the diamond ones. Okay.
SH Figure Arts. So you got to build them. Actually, no. SH Figure Arts. So yeah, no.
Yeah. No.
Actually, these are cheap. These are cheap compared to like the Riders. They're only $35. Damn.
Yeah, some Dragon Ball figures go fairly cheap. Unless it's like a big character, then it's going to be a fair bit expensive.
Yeah, the price range is what
the stand.
The price range is what made me think that they were model kits, because usually the model kits are cheaper than the action figures.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I pulled the trigger. I got a really shitty Destiny model kit and a Wing Gundam model kit.
Oh, yay.
I know how you and John feel about the Wing Gundam, but I like it. I like the
thing is, look, I have a Wing Gundam, and
the Endless Waltz version is just so cool. I like it.
So I have the Endless Waltz version of the original Wing Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that master grade. And then I also have the Endless Waltz version of the original, like, Shenlong Gundam.
Oh.
Not the
Didn't
not
like
the Ultron, the Shenlong.
Okay, I didn't know you liked the Shenlong.
The Shenlong was my older brother's like favorite Gundam, so it became like one of those that like I liked having it just to
Okay.
Most
people like the Death Sai, right, or whatever.
Yeah, the
Duo.
edgy
Yeah.
boy Duo Maxwell.
Well, actually, Duo's not edgy. He's not edgy.
Well, he's not, but the Gundam was edgy.
Oh hell yeah! I think the only time Duo was kind of edgy was when he was piloting the Wing Zero.
And then when you remember that in the English dub of Gundam Wing, he was played by the same guy who played both Rat Trap and Dinobot in Beast Wars. And Waspinator.
And Waspinator?
And Waspinator, yes.
Jesus.
Scott McNeil. Because I met that man at a convention like 10 years ago.
Huh.
You gonna get this Valen complete set?
Nope.
You gonna get this shitty sword though?
Absolutely not.
What if they release
Listen, weapons have to have taste for me to buy them.
But what if it's like the proper, like, what?
Yo, those guns look like foam fingers to me.
They do.
Yeah, I really don't like the weapons of Gavv.
The show is amazing. Weapons are horrible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bite on any of the weapons.
I hate this because it's like I can't even support the show because I don't like these.
Yeah, it's like I'll buy the Gochizos and I'm gonna end up getting like the Gavv like itself, but it's just like, God, these weapons just nothing. Even if they released a memorial or like a complete style gigantic, I would still be like, I don't care. Like,
yeah,
no.
Maybe the future ones will look better. Hopefully,
that they're just not just a image on a piece of plastic.
Cardboard or plastic.
Well, apparently there's sounds in there, so
the bag of chips, like I can't get over how much I don't like them.
Yeah, they need to combust. They need to break apart.
Yeah.
Have something going on in there. Have magnets hold to each part of the blade, and then when you press something on there, they come apart.
Oh wait, what do you guys think would be like the wildest Gavv form we could get? Like based on like artificial snacks. Like what do you think like the craziest thing?
Spaghetti.
Pop Rocks.
Yeah. We can't do spaghetti. That's natural as they come.
But Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks, yeah, that could work. Maybe.
Very explosive, especially once he mixes it with soda.
Exactly. He puts the soda in there. Okay. I don't know.
Beef jerky, I think he'd be like he wouldn't be able to.
Beef jerky is processed.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like the most ancient of processed foods because they've been making beef jerky since like the Mayans.
Ancient times.
Yeah.
It's just dehydrated meat.
Yep. The only way to properly store it when they didn't have refrigeration.
Mm-hmm.
So couldn't do that.
Do you think coffee?
But then I would think that they would do tea instead. It's Japan.
What about cake?
Well, we know we're probably getting cake for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Because that's usually what they have.
Wait, so does that mean like baked goods are like applicable? Because if that's because like donuts aren't really artificial. They're just
it's probably just anything that would be considered junk.
Wait, we could get a bread form.
Ah, my sworn enemy, the king of carbs, bread.
Bread, just a bread form. Now I kind of want a bread form of Gavv.
I mean, there's so many other things that they could do. They could do like Skittles. They could do Reese's peanut butter cups.
True. Chocolate,
where's our peanut butter?
Chocolate. What is it? Flavor. I don't remember. Oh, he could have a cereal form as well. I forgot about that.
All of the cereal. Maybe granola.
Awesome.
I mean, we haven't seen Cookie yet, and Cookie's been there since episode 1.
Yep. He just never touched it.
Yep, he just
He's
didn't
like,
want.
I'll use everyone, and then he points to Cookie. He's like, not you.
He's like, no, we haven't made this form yet. Laffy Taffy.
Would that be under gum though, or no?
It would, except he could actually swallow it.
Yeah.
Gum, he would have to swallow on accident.
And it would take him 7 years or something to make another one. That's a myth, by the way.
It is completely myth.
That is. It would take him ages, though.
I didn't know they were selling the actual Shoma hoodie for $170.
I ain't getting that.
I know someone who might, though.
Oh, it's got other colors. I also know someone who might.
Me too.
Oh, they got in pink, green, purple, orange.
None of those colors are ones that I would get. So
cyan. Well, yeah, none of them are bright red or
exactly,
silver.
or black.
Yeah,
I would get a black or red one. So, yeah.
You would spend the 170?
No, because they don't look like they're made out of good
quality material.
Yes, it looks like one wash and they're done. Like this feels like Hot Topic brand clothing, where you buy it, you wash it once, it's already destroyed. Let's see, marzipan form, yeah.
Marzipan. Ooh, macaroon form or macaron. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like with the rice cakes. Even though that was on his list, I don't know if a rice cake would actually end up getting a form because that's not processed. It's literally
no, it's processed. It's not rice. Like it's.
But I would say it's not like it would be similar to like chips.
It would be similar to like Rice Krispies, right?
So,
So kind of like cereal, maybe? I don't know.
I guess.
Would pudding count?
Possibly.
Or like
but I would
Jello,
see that
maybe?
See, Jello, at least you're in the right ballpark with some Jello. I could see some Jello being something.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bug rice is a berserk and then curry to control it. That would have to involve a crossover with the Boonboomger. Yep. Yes. Only way.
Also, curry could not be used as a form because it's sadly not artificial as well.
Plus, just regular rice in itself that just wouldn't work. Like
I need Shoma to try alcohol. I want to see what it does to him.
He's 19, Cloudy.
He'll be 20 by the time the show's near completion.
What's the drinking age in Japan?
20.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 20. I know that for a fact. It's 20.
Oh, okay. I guess it is.
Mm-hmm. I know Japan is 1 year less than us, and then Europe is 3 years less than us.
Yep.
Yeah, Australia's 18 as well.
Well, actually, not even true. Some places in America, 16 is the legal drinking age.
Well, some places in Europe, 16 is also the age, so
yeah,
it varies. Yes. So I can't wait for that V-Cinex special of Shoma going to a bar and then just completely getting blacked out drunk and then waking up with a bunch of cochizos he's never seen before in his life.
I need that top. I need like a sake form or whatever, please.
We get the sake. We get one based off of the different alcohol types, just the different variations in there.
Beer, liquor, whiskey.
Drink a gummy. Drink a gummy.
No.
It'd be proper shot rise.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing shots and shots.
I'm
just like, how would the writer form? That's just liquid. How would the writer form even look?
I would assume it'd be like soda, where it's more like a power up to like one of the forms.
Well, but that was a soda gummy.
Yeah.
It was literally a gummy based off of soda, not.
Oh, okay. Like a
he popped
ramen.
into
Yeah,
his
it
mouth,
was
yes.
a ramen gummy.
Yes, it wasn't like. He
Okay,
was
so it'd
actually
have to be
drinking
like a Jello shot,
possibly.
which would mean we'd have to get that Jello form.
And then we throw in the Wilden Cosbys.
No. Oh, which reminds me. Sorry to change topic from Toku related stuff. During TwitchCon, the amount of like people who apparently reported like getting roofied was insane.
Oh shit!
Yes, as Mark told us on VC like a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I don't go to those conventions anyway. Am I a proper person? No, I'm not. I'm not a.
Well, the thing is, they don't happen at the conventions. They happen like where people socialize after the conventions, at the party, stuff like that. And it's like, it's weird to think that like they don't like do a proper vetting as well as like proper security for these drinks. Like they don't give covers out just so that people at least feel some level of security with like drinking in a room full of potential strangers.
Blaze Hopper, I like what you said because then we can get a proper Kamen Rider G crossover.
Wine?
Yes. If he's out here drinking it up, Kamen Rider G can slide on in.
Bro, imagine
being like,
if we get a
G
crossover
years,
with
and then
Gavv,
I'm back.
A G crossover with Gavv would be insane. I always thought that they should have did one with G.
He brings in like a wine flavored licorice. I feel like that would be like the perfect snack. And then he just has that, and it's just like, I feel funny. And he's like drunk for a moment, and then, bleh. Oh.
Do you think there'd be a difference between black licorice and red licorice?
Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, they both taste different anyway. So
true.
There's actual licorice, which I think is disgusting, and then there's like
like the pill, like the little pill things, like.
Yeah, because it's like my wife being from Europe, she like introduced me to actual licorice way back in the day, and I was like, "This is disgusting."
Yeah,
I'm used to like Twizzlers, fake licorice.
Yeah, it's like hard, like it's weird. Also, Twizzlers are delicious. They don't even make them taste like licorice. They're more sweet, especially nowadays.
Then you just bite off each ends and use it as a straw for your drink. Yep. The way it goes.
You can't tell me you didn't like bite off each end and then put your licorice straw in a soda when you were a kid or something.
Yep. Had to.
It's like tradition. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat have done it, but highly recommend.
No, this is only 86 bucks. And it's sold out for the pre-orders. I wish it would have turned into something else. Besides just this.
Oh, that doesn't look great. I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, no, I was like, something this massive, like, why can't we just get more robots in here?
Ooh.
I mean, I like the vehicle form. I just don't like how it.
I like the idea of it because the concept is pretty good.
Yeah, it's just more add-ons for Bungerio, and I'm like, can we get another guy in here?
Can we get a new robot?
Oh well.
Also, when are we finally going to get to the racing aspect of the show?
The last episode.
No.
Yeah, the last episode, once everyone's gone through like their character arcs, it's like I said in my last video. Like I really feel that what they're gonna do is that they're just gonna hash things out by all competing in the BBG, everyone just having their own like set goals and aspects, and they'll show us the beginning of the race, and then at the end you're gonna see like a fist pump up, and it's gonna be ambiguous. You're not gonna know which fist that is.
And then the post-credit scene, they're all eating curry.
Yep. And that's how Boonboomger ends.
Watching Boonboomger every now and again has made me crave curry so much.
If only that's what Shoma's mom got to eat, then she wouldn't have forced them snacks on him in terms of the memories.
I mean, you eating like grass shavings and whatever the hell that is.
A grass soup, I guess, was what they had. Because he said, "Yeah, we picked plants off the side of the street," which I'm still wondering. Like in my mind, that doesn't make any sense because it looks like they never left that room. So when did they have time to venture out and pick up grass from the side of the street?
It's like, did they have like a little area they were allowed to like walk in? That was like a garden,
like that right now is like the current inconsistency in the plot, or at least Shoma's backstory, that I have no understanding for. Because every time we see the flashbacks, they're usually just stuck in that room. And I'm like, there's no vegetation in this room. There's nothing for you guys to pick off. Like, and Shoma's literally like looking out at the world, going like, I want to go out there. But I guess the way that he said it made it imply like they went out.
I just realized something that I didn't think about about the intro and the first episode. You know how they're always wearing white?
Yeah.
Like even in like the intro when he lost his mom, it looks like he's wearing white. And while he's a kid, he's also wearing white. Where did he get the colored clothes from?
Well, it's kind of like now where he keeps changing the hoodie, and we're wondering where's the last hoodie he had.
That's fair. I'm just curious, where did these colored clothes come from? Did the mom
unless they're changing colors on the fly? They're mood changing hoodies.
Mood changing hoodies.
I guess depending on his sentience, like the way that he's feeling, that determines the color hoodie that he has. And right now, actually, now that you mentioned that, the hoodies so far have matched the glass people.
Cyan or blue, and then we had the red so far, right?
And yellow.
And yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, they matched them.
I mean, they really have never showed us a reason why how he gets new clothes and changes.
So what if, his current emotional spectrum determines the hoodie? Oh my god, we might be on to something here.
Is that maybe like why when they were planning on escaping, he went from white hoodie to like blue, yellow thing? Because I'm like, the intro shows it. When he's older, he still has a white hoodie when he lost his mom. And then in the first episode, he's got a colored hoodie, and we know that they only had white clothing. So where did it come from?
Like it was just base coloration was that, but because he was feeling, sad about it, that's why he changed to blue.
I really don't want to think too much about it because they might never answer this.
And then since the next time we saw him, he was rocking, the red color, and it was after he technically had good event.
Yeah.
And then it went, that might be a thing. Cloudy, we might have come up with a theory together.
Fashion theory. Oh, no. Yep. Well, until it's disproven, I'm my hopes are up. I'm curious now.
It's there. The hoodie just changes with his mood. Well, I think that's a good theory to let people ponder on as we dip out of here. Because I don't think we got anything else. And like I said, I got to be up at 5 a.m. to work my second job.
Yeah, and I'm going out for lunch in a bit.
6 tomorrow.
Yay. So, Ash, what you got cooking up?
I have got cooking up basically a video on Rita Repulsa in the comics, talking about the downfall of that character with the Mistress Vile stuff. It turned into a page that became four pages long, which probably won't be a long video because I space out a lot of my paragraphs and talking points. But I'm working on that video. I've recorded one half of it. I'm probably going to record the other half this weekend and then get around to editing it sometime soon. That's what I've got cooking. I'll probably be making a, as Zio put it last week, my magnum opus, not a sequel to it, but there's an interesting Kickstarter going around that's wanting an absurd amount of money for a documentary that is probably going to fail. So I'll probably make a video talking about that and why it failed. Possibly we'll look into that.
Get that grift in.
Hey man, that last video made, I wouldn't call it a grift. I'd call it
get your get your grind on.
Did you get paid from it?
Yeah.
I did get paid from that video I made with my spat with Aaron. I made a fair lot of money with that video, and it boosted my subs up a fair bit. But yeah, so yeah, I might make a video on that. I just got to figure out how I'm going to approach it because I don't want to seem like I am mocking the deceased. But I'm more mocking the idea of the concept of this Kickstarter.
I feel like as long as you give a disclaimer ahead of time, it'll be.
No, I will. I'll probably do that.
All right, Cloudy, you been cooking up anything?
My hands that are going directly.
I thought Takahashi cooked those up.
Yeah, exactly. They are going to be cooked up, fried, and served to Takahashi. Also, thank you, Megadon, for the W and just for having a really good name. I'm happy just to look at the chat and see Megadon all over there.
Yeah, just all that dong.
Yeah,
the expansion of dong.
It's great.
All right, I don't have much. I mean, like I said, I did start typing out my Gavv like recap portion. There were some bits that I was thinking. That's the thing. When I started typing up the recap, that's when I started thinking of the bits, and that's when I'm like, shit. Well, let me go ahead and edit this real fast, just so I've got it.
What the heck?
So, wow.
What a way to end the stream. Don't say what it is. Leave it in. Oh, there it is.
It's just there. So I guess at that point in time, I think that's the proper note to leave things off is by this this chat right here for everyone to see as we vacate. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on Gavv tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it out, but even then, it's probably gonna age like milk if I get it out tomorrow, just because next episode is gonna drop so soon. But I'm not gonna try and double up. We'll see. And then Boonboomger, I'm definitely gonna end up tripling up because by then I'd be 3 episodes. So yay!
Let's go.
Yeah. So on that note, yeah, we're out of here. We will catch you next time. Until then, bye.
Bye.
Oh my god, it just cut off, and I think we're still live.
I'm looking at the stream right now.
Every time it just cuts off, it just pretty much tells me we're still live. I'm just like,
okay,
can this thing not properly end? Why is it anytime they just plays the outro and
we're still live?
It just keeps going. Live. It's like wow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for still being here. Ash has disappeared.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But still, every time that fucking outro plays, I just die every time they bust.
So glad I didn't say what I was about to say the moment I wanted to say.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, we're still live. Let me.
Let's fix that real quick.
Yes, let's end it.